What is going on, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. I am so glad to be back. Apologies. I thought I put it in my community post that I was going out of town on Sunday. I know I told you all on the live stream on Saturday or Friday, one of those or both of those. But Jeff informed me, as he does in his own way, that I did not do that for Sunday. So apologies to the people who were expecting us to play something on Sunday. And I see you, Rouster. I see you, Wit. I see you, Ambi. I see you, uh, Jeff. I see you, BB, and I see you, Audi. Audi, I need to try to catch your streams. I've been trying to get it. What's going on, FCAT? Oh my goodness, is it over? It is definitely over for some people. But yeah, y'all, I put out like, probably my console war video of the month yesterday. Not even that. I just put out a video yesterday. I actually put out two, so members, you definitely can go check out the other one. And I have a couple more videos coming out, but not they're more about game stuff, not taking shots at Dark 1985, but that's what this show's gonna be about. No, I'm gonna take shots at him, at Cowboy, at a couple of different people. But yeah, and we're gonna show some game trailers. I got three of them. One of them is a special just for roster. And then we're gonna talk about some gaming stuff. There's some big news today. Some people, they said this wasn't gonna happen, and then it happened. So I don't know. What's up, geek? What's going on? But yeah, but yeah, I just before rest in peace, Xbox, rest in peace, gameplay. Oh my goodness, I know. So y'all, you know this. For everybody who's been following me over the last a month, 4 weeks really. We've had price increases across the board in gaming. We've had, hey, Winstar, what's going on? I was talking to Winstar in Cowboys chat. He's now upstairs. I don't know, Winstar. That's the last thing you said on Cowboys chat. Um, but yeah, we've had price increases across the board. We've saw Mario Kart World launching on Switch at $80. Obviously, you could get the bundle. We're going to be talking about Switch sales here in a second. Their price increase. There's always been rumors around Grand Theft Auto and what that price is going to be. And there was at sometimes some rumors about Switch and the price increase. If you recall, at the time, I said I didn't think the price was going to go up for the Switch just because Nintendo needs to get as many hands as possible. And so I thought Nintendo wasn't going to raise the price. And what do you know? They did not raise the price. However, however, and I do want to say that despite my video on, whether it was tariffs or trade wars or on supply chains and whatever, I have had a number of people coming to the channel and commenting on these videos. Some of them have taken it down, commenting on them about how I don't know what I'm talking about, knowing that it's like too much, like I have it all backwards, blah, blah, blah. I even had, as y'all saw, I even had Dark 1985. He actually showed a couple of videos paraphrasing what I said, right? He even had a video where Cowboy mistakenly went after me. Y'all know Cowboy, friend of the channel, king of entertainment. And then Doc is going to air the same show. I was like, come on, come on, come on. But as I said before, what comes around goes around, and what goes around comes around. And so, for anybody who's not been checking it out, no, the ABK deal was a good thing. It was a good thing if you're Bobby Kotick. It's a great thing if you're Bobby Kotick. Um, but we're gonna talk about it. It's the weirdest thing to me. We're gonna talk about how we have gamers and fans in the gaming community who want to protect people with a net worth. Let me get this, a net worth of like 10 digits. That blows my mind. Some of these people will protect gaming CEOs with net worths of 10 digits in companies. It's going to blow your mind. Companies with a net worth. I know this is going to be shocking to people. Companies with a net worth of 13 digits. Think about that. Some people don't even have $13, but you got these people going to protect people with like multiple 13-digit net worths. That's crazy. That is crazy. You know what I mean? They'll go to bat for 'em, but, we're gonna talk about that in a second. Geek, what's going on? Oh, so that is what happened to my comments. Jeff, that is not you. Is on team CEO. Oh my goodness, I bet you are, Jeff. I bet you are. I'm not saying CEOs are bad. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm a CEO. What I am saying is, there's definitely a difference between that CEO and this CEO, you know what I mean? But with that said, here we go. Here we go. First thing I want to talk about, is we're going to talk about this really quick. So we're going to get this out the way first. So here it is. Here's a post I wrote earlier today. Sorry, this is Cowboy, and now your mama knows. One company raising prices doesn't mean another has to follow suit. I said that in the video, but you can come get it later today. Cowboy will probably come eventually. Hey, Obi, what's going on, dude? Wilson. And then look what he says. He says, Purple, the fact that you're trying to play dumb is pretty silly because you're so smart. You're trying to prove a point. So bad. But it's not. It's not. And why I want to say to Cowboy, man, why can I never get this to work? What I want to say to Cowboy and to everybody else who believes that because Nintendo raised its prices, that means the others were going to raise their price. It's actually a false because these are actually different products in a way. And what I mean by that is Xbox, and we'll talk about Game Pass. And unless you're a Rouster has an amazing deal with Game Pass. I just want to put that out there. Like, unless you're a Rouster, you're probably feeling some pain. But for the most part, like Nintendo raising its price, yes, did it break $80? But if you go actually to their site, they have games launching day and date with the Switch ranging from $40 all the way up to $80. And it's only one game for $80. And most of the people who will be playing that one game at $80, they actually got in a bundle. So it's not actually, in my opinion, them raising the price across the board. But, people are saying $90. People are saying it's going to be $100 for physical. And you have not seen anybody retract those comments. But they hold your girl to a standard, But with that said, I do want to talk about this one. Microsoft raises the price of all Xbox Series X all series consoles. Xbox games confirmed to hit $80 this holiday. So I want to talk about that. And I want to talk about this price breakdown. And particularly what I want to talk about is Xbox Series S price breakdown. $380. Xbox Series S digital. $550. Now, I'll make it very clear. I still think consoles are a better value than PC. Just head to head, I think it is a better value. But I also want to talk about what is a basically $80 price hike on a console that was originally $300. If you don't know what the math is on that, it comes out to roughly 23.3%. Roughly. Maybe I'm off on that a little bit. But it's roughly a price increase of 23.3%. Do we think that's tariffs? I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get into their supply chain. I don't know it that well. But I am going to say, just like I said on my special where we talked about tariffs and supply chains and stuff, there's consequences. You think Nintendo charging $80 has to do with this? Let me know. You think Mario Kart did this? I'm going to tell you it didn't. What I'm also going to tell you is probably Xbox, as you know, and I've said this many times, is no more. You see a console that is running last, and that's not a bad thing. That's not the bad thing. There's 3 consoles. They've sold 30 million plus of these things. They're going to be okay, y'all. But the bigger thing is you have a console that sold is struggling to sell, and it's going to struggle this year again, raising its prices. And why that is troubling in so many ways is because normally towards the end of a console's life cycle, towards the end of a hardware's life cycle, it's not just consoles. You could look at phones, this happens. You can look at computers, this happens, like virtually everything. The price comes down. They're raising the price. To me, that's the biggest troubling thing. This is not a pure tariff play. We're raising it across the board. To me, what this is signaling is something a little bit more like a pivot, an overall pivot in their strategy. To me, this is signaling that, in my opinion, they know full well raising the price of a console that is dead last in the console race is going to lower demand again. Again, I've said that for the most part, vast majority of kind of products and everything, when you raise the price, you have less demand. That's simple supply and demand. And I think this is an effort, and maybe I'm wrong. I think this is an effort to limit the number of new Xbox console owners in an effort to eventually pivot to whatever is next. Hey, let's celebrate. No, Jack, let's not celebrate. We're not celebrating. We're just talking. We're talking. Are we talking? Raise Ron. What are you talking about? I blame Bowser. Doug Bowser from Nintendo. I ran into this much, but let me see what Dave Wilson got. Oh, you missed it. But I've heard about the increase. Interested to hear what people think about why. At least when it comes to Xbox, Sony will be next to raise price. Thank goodness for Stadia not raising prices. Stadia has not raised the price. Um, but yeah, I think personally, like I said before, I think this is actually a pivot. This is like one of the. I already said I think the APK deal was the actual nail in the coffin for this directional pivot. Hey, Rebolica, what's going on? But I really think that when you see something like this, especially for older hardware, like I could maybe understand for like their new, but you're seeing like you're raising it for older hardware and hardware that's not selling. You're not trying to get new fans on the platform. And why you're not trying to get new fans on the platform, like I said, I think they're trying to limit the number of customers that have hardware. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that's Microsoft's play. That's what Microsoft has done in the past. This isn't like a new strategy from Microsoft. This is actually an older strategy from Microsoft. But I'm not done. I'm not done. Because people got upset with $10 price increase for Mario Kart. So we have something else. Look at this. Look at this. Now, if you cannot read this, no one even knew this. Look at this. We got a shout out to FCAT here. Only person responding to this tweet that went out to 180,000 people. Shout out to FCAT. Shout out to FCAT in the chat. Famous here. But if you did not know, GameFly is increasing its prices. All right, so GameFly, if you don't know, that's Cowboy. I swear Cowboy's the only person who has a GameFly in there. But GameFly, which is a service where you can it access like Netflix, basically like the old school Netflix, like where you like go and order the game, it comes to you and so forth. They're also raising the price. We're seeing price raising across the industry. Some people would say it's inflation. Some people would say it's overdue. Some people would say it's price gouging. Some people would say it's anti-consumer. What I say is I think it's a little bit of all of that, honestly. And I think price increases suck. Overall, what do the 150 other comments say? I don't know. I just know FCAT's the first one. Um, oh, David Wilson's birthday's today? Oh my goodness. Nice. I just saw that David Wilson. I'm at Whataburger right now, but yeah, I just got extradited from Gamefly today. Well, Cowboy, you will be paying $36 extra to Gamefly. So as you were complaining about the $10 Mario Kart game increase, I hope you take the same energy towards Gamefly. That's all I'm gonna say, Cowboy. I'll just take the same energy. I don't need you to do anything else. Um, and like I said, I think I've said this before, but I continue to believe gaming is in a decline. I'm not saying gaming is dying. I'm saying gaming is in decline and gaming is in a very precarious place because you have prices increasing across the board, which we have already said kind of like limit demand. You have more competition than you've ever had, right? So for the newer games coming out, so think even this one that just came out, the game of the year contenders, whether it's Split Fiction, whether it's Expedition 33, um, you name the game. I right, even South of Midnight or even whatever blueprints, whatever you want to say. All those are different categories, by the way. You have less people playing those games. Why are they having less people play those games? For multiple reasons, but I'm going to focus on social media. You have TikTok. People are on TikTok quite a bit. And another phenomenon, and I'm going to steal this term from Alana Price, black hole games. And what do I mean by black hole games? And black hole games are games that are meant to be live service. You see, roughly like 10 years ago, everybody wanted a live service game. Everybody went out and they tried to create this game that would actually keep a player engaged. That the player would come in, do loot boxes and do season passes and do add-ons, any like just forever to generate a solid revenue stream, while at the same time putting some of that money towards single player games. Hey Joe, what's going on? I played Arc Raiders, Jeff, and I did not like it. Decline is the symptom of dying. No, it's not. It's not. It's a business cycle. It's a business cycle, Jack. It's a business cycle. We're going to be positive on this one. It's a business cycle. But because you have this cycle that's happening in which you have more gamers growing up into these black hole games. And what I mean by black hole games, I mean stuff like Roblox. Not that Roblox is a bad thing. I think for a lot of content creators on YouTube, you may want to figure out how to how to code a game on Roblox. I'm not saying it's going to be a success, but I am saying that it is an avenue. But you got games like Roblox. You have games like Fortnite. You have games like let's use Call of Duty. You know, you have these games that people go to and they just continually spend in that world. They don't ever really go off to anything else. Then on the flip side of that, you have developers who are overly catering towards multiplayer live service types of games. It's been made, a lot has been made. Jeff even mentioned one right now called Arc Raiders. Right now, PvEVP extraction shooters seem to be having a moment. But the truth of the matter is only so many of them can exist. We say this about all the live service games coming out. Only so many of them can exist. And for the success of those games, it comes at the cost of another type of game. This isn't a hard concept to understand. Like, unlike where you can like binge multiple TV shows and have multiple subscription services, or if you really wanted to, you can kind of like read through books really fast. You can, for the most part, I know some of y'all can probably do it, but the vast majority of people can only play like one game at a time. And you're going to spend your money where that game is, right? Where you're playing, whether that's a live service game or it's something else. But when you see the revenue generated from live service games, the gaming CEOs, you know, the ones I told you about before, who have like net worths of like 10 digit 10-digit net worths. That's crazy to me. The Jeff's buddies. Guess where they're going? They're going to try to create that thing. They can't balance it out with the other thing. The single player games, the things that actually are the base of gaming, the things that actually create universes, the things that create like fandoms where you have lore of some sort. You know, when you think about it, some of the strongest IP that's come out recently, whether it's from a franchise or not, started as single player. And now the gaming industry, if you ask me, has continued to lose its way. Don't get me wrong, you have like Clear Obscure 33, whatever that is, doing amazing stuff. You have obviously Donkey Kong coming out, about to do amazing stuff. Last year, you had like a Black Myth Wukong coming out, doing amazing stuff. But each of those games, if you think about it, if you really think about it, solely focused on that single player experience. And when you have these huge studios who are focusing so much on the multiplayer, they're hollowing out their industry. Hollowing out the industry. Oh my goodness, we have Severin. Even if Marathon was free, I'm just not interested in the game. I don't hope for its failure though. Just not my thing. No, Severin, I think you're right. I think there's only so much room for extraction shooters. But that is money that goes towards a game that could have went towards something else, like a single player game. Like again, I think you have to have balance. And right now, the games industry is out of balance. The one thing that potentially can save it are these smaller studios that are more nimble, that are focusing on like one concept and just trying to get it right. If we think about Souls games like buck the trend. Souls games said like screw difficulty level, screw and what was the word I'm talking about when you first start off a game? Tutorial level. They just went for it. And guess what? They built a following. I don't see how the game industry like corrects at this point. Because the little seedlings and saplings that we need to be successful, as much as we want them, we champion them. It's like a drop in the bucket to the other stuff. We continue to see the biggest game companies going and chasing the trends. And when I look at this thing, you're like, well, games, they just need to turn a profit. This company is one of the most profitable companies in the world. Arguably top 4, 3 highest net worth companies in the world. And I say top because there's a couple of private ones that are pretty big as well. Think like Saudi Wealth Fund. But this company is almost $3 trillion. I've continued to tell you, like, there is never an ending cycle to profitability. No one can tell me why this happened. Well, of course you can, because it's greed. It's greed. Then you have Dr. No, she definitely mentioned me. I'm in the title. Wait. Doc Dark's here? I missed the beginning. I was gaming. Did she mention me at all? Oh no, I'm about to mention Doc Dark. Here's Doc Dark. Let's get Doc Dark up here. There he is, Doc Dark. Little angry little turtle there. And then you have people like Doc Dark. You know, great guy. If you have not subscribed to Doc Dark 1985, please subscribe to him. He's one of the 3 content creators I really credit my channel to include Doc Dark, Cowboy, and Squids. I will always be forever grateful to them, as well as Lo-Fi. But you have these guys, and I said this in my video, who are like, nah, let's get mad at the company Let's get mad at Nintendo. The one that if they fail at gaming, let me make that very clear. The one that if they fail at gaming will go under because they raised the game by $10. Now, you see, Doc's not going to take the same energy to Game Pass and Xbox, and the games over there. He's not going to do that. He's an Xbox fanboy, as well as all the other Xbox fanboys out there. How do I get his message out? They're gonna attack Nintendo. Now, I do want to, like, because some people are like, "Well, Purple, they raised the price, then they broke the seal." Like, if we're talking about like some like fantasy, they broke the seal. They broke the seventh seal. I don't know. No, you see, Doc, you see, Xbox people, your company already broke it long time ago. And I'm gonna give you the math here. I know, follow me. But if I wanted to play Mario Kart multiplayer for a year, how much does that cost me? I'm going to tell you. Well, you can buy the game full price at 80, and then for a year of multiplayer on console, it's going to cost you $20. That's $100 for the game. But see, all these other people, they were like, "Oh, I'm getting so much. I get so much." So let's talk about Forza, a similar racing game. And let's say you get Forza on sale. I'm not even going to say you spent all the money. Let's say you got Forza on sale for $30 and you want to play it for a full year. Guess how much that is? That's 150 because I'm saying you bought the game on sale, but you're also doing $10 for online. See, when gaming companies say like how much should we charge, they don't look at like, oh, they're willing to spend 80 for this or they're willing to spend 60. No, what they look at is how much money do you spend in an entire year? And then they get back there and then they like triangulate and they try to figure out like, well, they didn't see that, we're giving them basically like a wash, rinse, repeat game. They didn't really pick up on that. And they're gonna buy it year after year, a la Call of Duty, a la 2K, a la Madden, a la you name whatever the game you want to name that just rinses and repeats the same gameplay. And they didn't really notice that over like the last, I don't know, 4 years, we rose the price of Game Pass by 100%. See, that's how subscription services work. That's how live services work. They get you in because they realize the price that you see up front. They are making the bet that you can't do the critical thinking and seeing like, they want you to get into the behavior. They want you into the behavior of buying Game Pass in the 2K game and so forth year after year. They don't want you to notice that Nintendo, they're going to charge you the Mario Kart and they're going to charge you a premium, but that Mario Kart is going to be supported throughout the entire lifetime of the system. They don't want you to look at Nintendo. They don't want you to look at value. What they see from you is a sucker. And then so y'all whine and pout and get upset about like a $10 price increase, which is for one game that is actually has a huge player base that you can always find someone online. I can't say the same for Halo, but you can always find someone online for it that they will support, that they're going to continue to support. And they're only charging you $20 to play online. And if you bought the physical copy, get this, if you bought the physical copy of Mario Kart, you can actually go sell that for almost 80% of what the actual game's going to cost. Now, you got me, Xbox fans. Because every single time I go to like the retro gaming store and every single time I go to the Game Pass gaming store, guess what's in the bargain bin? You know it. Physical copy of the Xbox games. You see, y'all miss the forest for the trees. Enlarge my super chat. Oh, I didn't even see. Let me 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 see. I'm so sorry, cowboy. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, cowboy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me show this. I am so sorry, cowboy. Hit the like button. It's 17 people watching, only 3 likes. Let's go. And now your mama knows. Oh man, purple for president. Cowboy. Thank you, cowboy. Thank you. Thank you. As always, I appreciate that. I seriously do. I seriously do. Wrong. I attacked Xbox today. You did you? Did you? Don't when you attack, what do you do? You like did this? So stop it, Xbox. Stop it. You do it like that. You attack it like that. You know what I mean? You know when your girl's like, stop it, stop it. What you about to do? What they about to do? Is that what they did? Y'all like doing this? Cause you know what they about to do? They about to fuck you. That's what they about to do. That's how you attacked it, and you like it. It's human nature. It's human nature. It's human nature. You so used to it. You like, don't do that. Don't do that. I gotta get ready. That's what they about to do to you. Cause you know what's about to happen, right? You already know that's about to happen. Game Pass about to raise that price again. Actually, I'm already gonna tell you what Game Pass is gonna do. Cause I haven't been wrong on Xbox since day one. See, when you work for these companies, some of y'all know exactly what I mean when I say that. I know these people. They think like me. I'm the one who has to build these like kind of strategies for them. See, the next thing Xbox gonna do, because the people they get to consult for them, same thing. When you think media subscriptions, what happens? Same thing that happened to cable TV is going to happen to Xbox. They're going to start pricing out their premier subscriptions. NFL Game Pass or NFL, what is it, Game Day? Yeah. NBA League Pass. Yeah. At one time, you could get ESPN, TNT, and watch all the games there and so forth. Then they said, nope, let's take this out. So guess what? Fully believe Call of Duty is going to be, you want to play Call of Duty, you got to pay that extra $5. Don't believe me? Watch. To be fair, you defended the price increase on this, so what's your excuse there, Purple? I already told you. They've been doing the price increases, Severin. What my thing is for everybody who says Nintendo did it first, no, you did it first. For everybody who says that gaming, because people go buy Nintendo, that gives a free pass for Xbox. No, you missed the whole point. You've already been spending it. For everybody who says like gaming is a luxury or not a luxury, it's just a hobby, you missed the point when you were spending multiple thousands of dollars on the console and hardware. When they saw you do that, let's make it very clear. When they saw you do that, well, what is Xbox going to say? Xbox going to say, look, I'm no longer going to subsidize your gaming habit. You want to go build your own thing? That's on you. You want a subscription service? We gonna give you that, even though it's well known subscription services on the long run is going to benefit who? How many times have you stopped your Game Pass? How many times have you played? How many months have you then said, you know what, Game Pass does not have the game for me right now. I'm going to play this other AAA game over the next month and a half, and you stop paying for Game Pass? How many times did you do that? You haven't. Because it's a habit that they've instilled in you. It's so bad you can't even think about not having anything but Game Pass. Like I said, unless you're Rouster, who somehow has tricked the system, Rouster needs to make a whole YouTube channel about how to trick Game Pass. Unless you're Rouster, guess what they're about to do to you? That's what Doc's like, stop it, Game Pass. Game Pass said, okay, I got you. We already know what that's going to lead to. All right, what's this? Let me see what's this. Thank you for the super chat. Just because I'm better than Cowboy, Purple, I'm gonna crush this take. And I'm on PC now. Game Pass P2s, they not like us. Game Pass raise the price is not a surprise. Is not a surprise. What? Game None of this should be a surprise. None of this should be. See, that's the thing I don't get with y'all. Y'all want to do these takes. Y'all want to do all these takes, Doc Dark and Cowboy. Why don't you come on here and do this take? Why don't you come on here right now? See, you want to go on your little channel with your little boy toys, all like praising you for your muscles and whatnot. You know what they don't realize is you just wear a tank top that's 2 sizes too small, but that's a different story. They want to go over there so you get all your little cheerleaders, male cheerleaders and stuff. Get them all hyped up and stuff. Why don't you come on right now? Read the damn. I did. What's going on, Aaron? How many times have I stopped my Game Pass? 8 or so. See, Severin. But see, I think Severin, you're actually probably one of the people who Game Pass is meant for. You game that much. Nah, I have a Steam library. I don't need Game Pass. That's not a true statement. Severin, I'm not really talking about you. That's also a thing. Like, here's the thing. If the shoe fits, wear it. But if it's not, water off a duck back. Some of y'all like to stand in front of a bus. I don't get it. Some of y'all like, yo, I need to get this. Yes, Purple, may I have another? Like, damn, dude. If you really want me to go in, Severin, let me know. Back from a phone call. Rabalik, you may not want this one. Send the link. I'm going to send Doc on here. I got to get Doc because, he want to make a video of me, so he needs to at least come over here. There it is, Doc. There it is. Let Doc get on. I don't have time to play the games. I already have. Rabalica, you and me both. You and me both, Rabalica, but they're going to tell us gaming is not a luxury. Well, I keep saying, if you have the time, it's a luxury. But, they're going to be like, you got to prioritize it. So I just put it in. Doc, that's you. Let Doc come on. I got to go work out. She don't know what she talking. Doc, I just put the link in there. No, Severin, I'm not going to do that. Severin, for one, I don't know you well enough. Severin. Other than that, you have 2 twins. You play, you work at a game studio as something I say as a developer, but you say you're not a developer. I don't know you well enough. I'm not eating right now. You see this up, okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Look at this angry. Yo, he is driving. Look at this. What is this 1980s hoodie? Let's go, Doc. What's going on? Doc Dark, y'all.
What up, Purple? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Purple, I love you to death. What are you talking about right now? You make zero sense. Who are you talking about? That's why Severin said what he said, because he has no idea who you're talking about. Who are you talking about? Game Pass raising their prices is not a surprise. We've been saying this, that their prices are going to go up. And guess what? When it's not of value, people will unsubscribe. That's it. But you saying that you're blaming this on everybody else except Nintendo? Like, no. Nintendo's the one that came out with $80 for a Mario Kart game, which everyone knows is not worth it. There's no Mario Kart in the world that's worth $80. But yes, now Sony's gonna see it.
Wait, time out. Okay, now I'm gonna let you keep going and say that, when it's no longer a value, no one's gonna pay for it. But then you're gonna come back and say, no one says Mario Kart. Mario Kart just sold out. So obviously people have a value in it. You can't say one over the other just because you don't have a value in it.
Exactly.
Then say that. Then exactly. I don't have a value in it, Doc.
But when I'm speaking, I'm speaking as me, right? This is Doc Dark speaking, right? Okay, so when I tell you Mario Kart's not worth $80, that's what I'm saying. And then when Cowboy says Mario Kart's not worth $80, that's what Cowboy is saying. When you see everyone on the internet that's also complaining about this, that's their take. But yeah, there's fools out there that are gonna pay Nintendo again. Of course, the same way you said that I went. Listen, hold on, let me finish, because you lied on me. You said that I went patty cake on Xbox. I'm the one that left the Series X. I'm the one that did that. I'm the one that left the Series X. I'm not the one that hides that I got an Xbox at home like you do. Oh yeah, chat. She got an Xbox, but she don't like talking that she got an Xbox.
I got 2.
Yeah. Every single time I be asking, oh, what you playing on? Oh, I'm just playing. She don't like saying what she playing on. Exactly. I'll tell you what I'm playing on. And I got Steam too. I got a backlog. Like ain't nobody tripping purple. Nobody tripping about this. Listen, I crushed Xbox today.
Time out. Because you
I crushed Xbox today. I crushed them today. Out of damn Xbox has no business thinking about an $80 game. What game, what franchise do they think they can sell for $80?
Oh, you stopped your Game Pass? You stopped your Game Pass.
Yes, May 5th it ends. How you like me now, Purple? How you like me now, Purple?
No, that's nice, Doc. All right. Look at him getting all like bass in his like.
How you like me now, Purple? Yeah, May 5th it ends. If you kept up with my content, you would know this. May 5th it ends.
All right, he said
it's so bad, Purple. I'm contemplating whether or not I will resubscribe just to play South of Midnight, or if I should just buy South of Midnight outright. But here's the thing: when you said that I paid $150 to play Forza, what are you talking about? Is that the only game I play online?
I just was trying to do a comparison for a racing game.
But you can't. You can't though. You can't. You can never. You can't compare that. It's not the same.
No,
they're charging $80 for that game for Mario Kart.
Because I said online. If you were to play, let me. All right, ready for this? If you were to do a racing game on Nintendo, Mario Kart online, and you were to do Forza, similar racing game on Xbox, I could do Gran Turismo. Right? What is the cheapest I can play that game on Xbox throughout the year online? What is the cheapest?
I don't know. I don't know what the cheapest online Xbox is. What is it?
No,
what is Xbox? Does Xbox Core give you online?
$10.
$10 a month? Okay, $10 a month.
So I said, okay, the cheapest you can buy the game, $30. I use the 50% discount that you can get Forza right now.
Wait, Forza Horizon 5 isn't on Game Pass on Game Pass Core?
No. All right, maybe. I was looking at the Forza, the new Forza.
Forza Motorsport? That's not on Game Pass Core?
No.
Are you sure?
It may be. I don't go on Game Pass.
Okay. So why are you talking if you don't even know? Are you sure it's not on Core?
Let's say it is on Game Pass Core. What's the cheapest you can do? $10 a month. Let's say
it's already cheaper than the $80 that you pay for the full game on Nintendo. Is Nintendo gonna have a subscription service? Or are you gonna tell me that Nintendo Online is free? I don't know. I don't play on Nintendo. Is Nintendo Online free?
No, I just said no. Let's do the math here. I know it's a little hard for you. Don't
do the math. Listen, just look it up. Is Forza on Game Pass Core? Because I don't know. I'm not subscribed to Game Pass.
I don't use Game Pass.
Aren't you on a PC right now? Just Google it.
I ain't doing that.
Just Google it, or someone in the chat. Is Forza on Game Pass Core? It might not be. I think there's only like 20 games on Game Pass Core or something.
I'm saying I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Is on Game Pass Core. Severin just said it. Forza Motorsport.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go. So for $120, if I'm going to play that game by itself for a year, which would be dumb because Game Pass Core has more than just Forza. You can't even compare it. You're lying. It's a false. You can't compare it.
No.
You're going to compare one game to Game Pass Core. This is essentially what you're doing.
Yes.
How does that make sense to you?
How does that make sense? Because that's the closest game I can make.
No, but you can't do that because with the $10, I also get all those other games. With Nintendo, I don't.
Okay.
How do you not understand that?
Because you're not listening. You are not listening.
I'm going to slow it down.
You're not. No. Let me talk.
Go ahead.
Okay. I said over the lifetime of the console. True or false? True.
Sure.
Okay. So now I have $80 up front, right? And then that's now $20. That's how much Nintendo costs online.
How much?
$20.
A year?
A year.
Okay.
So now you have that $120 because Xbox Core was originally how much? $599. I'll just tell you, $599.
Sure.
It was. That's how much it was.
It doesn't matter. We're talking about today. We're talking about Nintendo's prices today. So use today. Use the $10.
So yeah. So 120 versus 100. Now those games on Xbox Core are all older games.
So now when I
So no, don't do that. You see what you're doing? You see what you're doing?
What am I doing?
Forza Motorsport's an old game.
Yeah,
It's not new.
That's why I'm comparing Forza Motorsport.
That's not new.
That's
But what's the point? So because it's an old game, it's not as good? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying because you have the savings over time, you're spending 120, and on top of that, those are going to probably be not the games that you're going to get day and date because Xbox Game Pass Core does not get day and date.
Purple. Let's slow it down. Let's keep it down. I'm really dumb. Let's keep it down for just 1 year. For 1 year, for you to play Mario Kart, just Mario Kart. Again, I'm gonna slow it down. Just for you to play Mario Kart online. That's it. You gotta pay $80 for the game, $20 for the year. We'll keep it real nice and slow. That's $100, and you can only play one game that whole year. $80 for you to play that one game, where I pay $120 and I have more games to play than you. Tell me where that makes sense to you. That your deal is better than mine.
I'm not saying that. For one, I'm not going to say Game Pass is not a good deal. What I am going to say is over the long look, I've made it very clear. The whole point is for you to stay on the subscription service and they will raise the price over time, which you have said that is not a surprise.
True, yeah, but so is Nintendo. If you take Mario Kart and you don't pay for the online, what happens?
You still have Mario Kart at 80.
Okay, but you have to pay 80 for it.
Initially, and if you stop paying for the online for Game Pass, do you have the game?
No, but I can still buy the game too.
Okay.
I have better options. I have better options.
How do you have better
What are you talking about, Purple? You make no sense. I wish I could see the chat right now, but I'm on my phone. Hey, Cowboy, crush this. Hey, I got to go to the gym. My pre-workout kicking in right now. But Purple, this is a bad take. You don't need to defend Nintendo. This is not a good look. You don't need to defend Nintendo, Purple. Stop it. And you don't need to crush Xbox to try to defend Nintendo.
Nah, I'm not trying to cross. See, you're gonna run away to go do your little gym thing to make sure your shirt 2 sizes too small is gonna look good. But no, that's not the thing. No, that's not the
thing. Why
are
you talking about my body, Purple? That's not nice. What did I do to you? Your hair looks nice, by the way. But why are you gonna talk about my body?
That's
not nice.
Don't do that. You're gonna talk. See, that's what you're doing right now. Oh, your hair looks nice, and then you're gonna go to your chat and do this. Purple. This sounds so stupid, and you're gonna do it in front of your whole chat. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't act stupid. Don't act like you're gonna be nice to me. Like I told her hair looks nice, and then you're gonna be like, "Look at this, guys. Look at this." Stop it, Doc. I'm not playing.
Purple, I am nice to you. Cowboy is not nice.
You are.
Cowboy be tripping.
He took the same take. He did the same take. I couldn't go after him too hard.
Not like he did. He's clipping stuff together. He clipped stuff out of order, Purple. I went back and saw your video. I said, did she say that? You didn't. That was crazy. Crazy work.
But here's what you did, Doc. Here's what you did. He went on you on that video. And then you did your quick 3 minutes. Oh, he got me. And then you're like, hey, Jet, let's look how he goes in on Purple. Pop. And I was like, nah. And then you come at me for my supply chain terrorist. And we didn't even talk about that one right now.
I didn't even know. Wait. I swear when I said that, I didn't even mean you. But when he clipped it was perfect.
That's what I told him. I was like, I don't think Doc watched that thing. And he's like, no, he can't. And I was like, nah, I don't think he watched that. And so then that's why I said what I did, because I was just going along with that one. But no, obviously, Doc, you did multiple content, showing who actually is the king of the content. But no, I'm joking, Cowboy.
Oh, thank you. Damn, Cowboy, she said I'm the king of content.
But no. So no, that's why I did. But no, if you're gonna talk to me about price increases suck. That's all I'm gonna say. Price increases suck. Mario Kart at 60 versus
you're not allowed to say that no more, Purple, because you defended it.
What'd I do?
You stood here and defended Nintendo, telling us about game sharing. You had me believe it. Look, you did such a good job that I forgot game sharing existed.
Doc, look at this.
Well, you did such a good job. I was like, damn, that is a good deal. It took Cowboy to be like, we already do this.
Doc, I want to show you this. And then you can go to the gym. All right. I know you got to get to the gym. All right. So I do want to show you this. I want to show everybody this really quick. All right, because y'all told me the feature doesn't exist. And so I do want to tell y'all. Share your
I didn't say that.
Huh?
Cowboy said that.
I don't know but you go, that's your little buddy. Y'all trying to jump on me. Like I said, you go say, Purple, your hair looks nice. And then you go, when you get back from the gym after you did your, I don't know, drink your bull semen, whatever, get all upset and stuff. So I want to at least get this one. All right. So
Go ahead.
So this is the one y'all were talking about. Share your games in person. This goes to here. Is you cannot play it at the same time. So everybody jumped on me saying, look, bro, you can share it. But then when you scroll down, there is another program. Share the fun via game chat where you can have one game and you can split it to 3 different systems. That's what I was talking about. The game has to opt into that right now. And this is the games right now that are opted into it. And so I said, okay, Mario Kart. And I said this on my channel. I said, Mario Kart isn't opted into it, but these other games have opted into it where you can do, where I can use one game and share it to 3 other people in the game chat. That's what I said. They told me the feature does not exist. That's all I was saying. I know you don't care, but that's all.
Until Nintendo does an update and gets rid of it. But
did they do that?
Here there.
Did they do that? Did they do that?
They haven't yet.
So you're predicting they will do it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Nintendo's way too greedy.
Doc, your company. Stop it. Do not talk about who's greedy. But I forgot, y'all. We got Doc on right here. He said May 5th. He said May 5th. Doc, you can leave. But I know you gotta do stuff. You got family stuff. I know you gotta do stuff.
I do gotta hit the gym before it gets too late though.
But he said on Cinco de Mayo, because you has respect for La Raza, he said that he is got he said
All right, Purple.
Later, you did.
Hey, I'm still gonna crush this, just so you know. Oh, I'm hyped. Because I gotta put out a lot of content. I'm doing the Xbox thing.
Huh?
I'm doing the Xbox thing. You see how they keep putting out games after games after games? I'm putting out content after content after content.
I know.
Cowboy better watch out.
You did 12 videos in 2 days, Doc.
No. Put some respect on my name. I did 14 videos in 3 days.
No, you did 12. I was like, dang, I was trying to find your take. And then I was like, he went over here talking about this. I'm talking about this, talking about that. I'm like, I couldn't even find the take I wanted to find because I was going to show a take. And I was like, this is not this. It was like, oh, I was already down like to 20 videos and it was only like 4 days back. And I was like, man, I can't find this take from 2 weeks ago.
Just watch them hit like. Don't worry about it. Prices in gaming are going up. I need the money.
Hey, all I'm saying is, just tell them like and subscribe. That's all I got to tell you. Tell them to do that. Right. That's all. Just say, hey, I'm going to go in on her, but like and subscribe. That's it. Later, Doc.
All right, Purple. Your hair does look nice though, even though you made fun of my tank top, but that's all right. It's all good.
You can take it, you know, we doing our little pity pat thing.
It is what it is. All right.
All right, later. All right, y'all. Dark 1985. There's levels to this. So again, I'm going to continue to say it. Price increases suck. I'm going to say for the value of Nintendo and for the value of Mario Kart, for the people who like it, they find value in it, right? And that's how you can play it on Nintendo. I think Game Pass is still going. I still think it's a great deal, but it's the whole purpose of it is for you to be, for it to be, what is it when you do a pattern? Man, he got me all messed up now. For it to be a habit for you to continue, so they raise the prices. But now that's what Purple body shaming Doc. Oh man, body shaming that man. So what's up? I'm a Rich Lord. The only gym I have is a Slim Jim. Do you spell those the same way? No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh my goodness, y'all. But that's Doc Dark. We'll see where he takes it. We'll see how long this Game Pass Exodus lasts for him. We heard him. He said Cinco de Mayo, he's going to be off of Game Pass. We'll see what happens after the Xbox developer thing when he comes back on Game Pass. This is Doc. You know, he did his little breakup, and then they're going to do their little makeup. This is what happens. But, you know, we'll let him have his fun for right now. Where's Chucky? I don't have Chucky. Cowboy asked Chucky. Y'all messed up my whole show. I was going to show you a game trailer and everything else. But shout out to Dark 1985 for jumping on. He did not have to do that. But yes, I still go along the same deal. For the people who like Mario Kart at 80, because you can't play it anywhere else, that's why it's there, right? They're going to find value in it. If they find value in it, it's the only place to play it. That's how it is. I need a new PC to play any of the new games coming out. Rabolica, I hear you. I hear you. What games are you playing? What games are you playing coming out? I'm just curious. Like this,
I don't know which ones. But yeah, he kind of messed up my whole flow there. Because I had a whole thing about like Switch and like demand and everything, kind of messed up my whole flow. And so like I don't know where I went. He took me off my game. But with that said, going to show. This one's for roster. Got me excited. Let me try to like regroup here in the next minute or so. But this is the trailer I want to show. All right. Enjoy.
What a great view from up here.
Simple. When I leave the Order Fortress, orcs die.
Anyone else sore from that? Just me? Okay.
So for everybody else there, you're still on count. Oh yeah, I know I am. For everybody, Fast was going Fast. I may have to pay you $25. Like hit me up on Discord. But for everybody else, Orcs Must Die is coming out. We're gonna be playing it this Saturday. I finally have a new plant weapon, which is like a Venus flytrap. So I'm super excited about that because now I can finally do like an entire thing of Orcs Must Die, like plant traps. I'm super psyched about this. So we will be doing Orcs Must Die this Saturday for you. And then I also saw, Joe, you're exactly right. For that $20, you do get all the retro games, the tops of Nintendo, the top of Super Nintendo, the top of N60. I don't think N64 comes with it, but if you did the $50 version, you would get N64, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and GameCube. Thank you, Joe, for that. You serious? I think so. Fast because I haven't beaten South of Midnight. Yeah, man. Fast is like, what is it called when someone comes over to you and they're like, "Where's my money?" That's Fast. Like he comes in here and he's like, "Purple, where's that tournament?" And if I don't do it, I have to pay him $25. So Fast, let me know. Let me see if I can get through the game on Saturday. But yeah, Fast is like he comes over here. Always appreciate it, Fast. But y'all have the link in there. Let me drop the link. Cowboy, if you want to come on, please come on. You kind of messed up. I kind of got like discombobulated. Let me drop this in here. The goat. Pin message. Let me pin that. My brother and I play Fall Guys now. He will join the next tournament. Will he? Oh, we're bringing in. Maybe we'll see. Maybe. Like I said, this week I want to finish South of Midnight, and I don't know if I can finish South of Midnight. And that's why I'm like, but next week it might make sense. So let's see how it goes. But Cowboy, are you still out there? If he's still out there, I want him to join. Because like I said, thanks, Joe. Angry Poultry, aka the new gaming studio after the other gaming studio. I was kind of off my thing. But with that said, obviously it's always like I said before, price increases suck. The industry is raising it across the board. I'm not going to blame one company or another, just like I'm going to say that I think they all have their faults in their own way, right? You could say Nintendo has their faults by being exclusive. You can say Xbox has their faults because they're always chasing the next profit and always pushing. You could say PlayStation has their own faults just because they kind of make some bad strategic decisions. But at the end of the day, I always kind of leave it the same. Like if you find value in it and you want to play in game that way, then go ahead and game it. I'm driving right now, purple. All right, I got you. I think I have someone on right now though. I'm gonna finish Expedition. Dang, Geek, you are pushing through that.
Who's this?
What's up, Joe?
Hey, what's up, Perp? I have no idea what's going on with my camera.
I don't know. It's kind of cool. I've been trying to do that with my camera.
That's kind of weird. But either way, we'll roll with it. What's going on? How we doing?
I don't know. You know, Doc came in here. He kind of like he messed me up. He messed up my flow.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So Joe, you have been posting stuff on social media. Talk to us about what's going on. New studio.
Yeah. But bottom line up front, more likely than not, I'm probably going to be jobless in about a month.
God, Doc.
Which is not great. But you know, I got a little bit of a safety net, and good old Uncle Sam pays me money for taking some night classes, so he still got some money coming in, which is cool. And yeah, in that time while I kind of, you know, hang out over the summer and stuff, I'm going all in on the game stuff. So excited about that. It's a crap ton of work to like do it correctly and like, you know, make a new LLC and all that jazz and find an office space, just because like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna treat it like a regular job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Joe, I meant to ask you, why haven't you? So if y'all don't know, this is Joe, Sigil Games. Hate to hear about layoffs. I mean, I think you're right, Sean. I think this has been 2 years. I was talking to someone in the game industry, and the way she kind of put it is like the last 3 years have just been layoffs, closures, delays. It has not been a good time in the gaming industry. You have a couple of game studios that are persevering. Usually it's because they have some I guess this is always in business. They have something that can be replicated across the board. You have the Chinese studios that can like their labor costs a little bit cheaper. They also get government funding. You have other ones who have like just the founders have a lot of money. They can get access to capital a lot faster. You have some people who have just a lot of the expertise and skill sets that where they can just do multiple jobs at one time. So, you know, but Joe, I meant to ask, have you thought about launching your game on Roblox?
No. And that's a personal choice on my part.
Okay, gotcha.
People make a ton of money. You know, I dropped it in chat earlier. I think this last year alone, like developers have made like $550 million has been paid out to devs on Roblox. You know, but some of the stuff that happens on there just doesn't sit well with me. You know what I mean? So
I feel you.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't let my kids play it because of some of the stuff that happens on there. Like it ain't on none of my kids' devices. So like, I don't want to really support an ecosystem that is a breeding ground for shenanigans like that.
No, I hear you. No, it was just.
But what I am going to do is put my games out on Steam.
Okay.
And take my 70% and let Steam take their 30, you know, and then we'll chip away at the ID at Xbox program and the Switch stuff and all that jazz. So, I mean, I'm in to those programs. It's just getting like validation and acceptance and all that stuff once you have your build done, you know, that it meets all their requirements and standards and runs at a certain FPS. And that's why my one game that's on Steam right now, Bunker Breakout, there's going to be like a huge art overhaul on that thing, because we had some performance issues where it wouldn't meet the standards of some older devices. So we got to address that. And yeah.
No, I mean, like I said, we're definitely, I don't know. It's a tough time to be a game dev. It's a tough time to
but indie devs are doing great though.
Some.
No, I mean, some, but that's anything. You know what I mean? That's any bit. You a plumber.
I mean, but
some plumbers are doing great. Some plumbers are just getting by.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Clear, like obviously we have Blueprints doing amazing. Clear Obscura doing amazing.
I mean, I'm even talking like small ones. Like there was an Ubisoft employee that solo developed a game, and it sold like 10,000 copies in the first 7 days. And it ain't like some crazy 3D. It's like a game that he developed for like a game jam, and then over the course of 2 years turned it into like a full game. And it sold
So
10,000
let
copies. There's
us
a husband and
know.
wife couple out of Japan that made a like a retail simulator. Like you work with, you know, what do they call the ones that do like security, loss prevention folks, you know, like at Target or whatever, you know what I mean? And you check out something or another. I think it's called checkout or cash out. And husband and wife team made it in Japan. No marketing, no social media presence, nothing. They made $28,000 in their first 30 days
Dang.
with a cozy pixel art, you know, checkout. You're running a register simulator-ish type game.
So is that the pivot we're
No,
gonna make?
Bunker Breakout's still going to be twin stick shooter action, but I am working on a game where you play as a rubber duck.
I saw this.
And
I
that's just
saw
going to be
your-
like chill, cozy exploration, like very,
So
you know,
because we know Jeff's gonna ask the question. When can we expect?
I have no idea. We'll see what happens.
No idea, y'all.
I'm really pushing to get all the changes made and all that jazz. But as soon as like the demo is to a point where I feel good about it, it'll be out there and people will know. So we're probably going to work on both games concurrently because I got a small window of runway and time. So, you know, a month from now when I've got more free time on my hands, you know, like 3 days a week, I'm physically going to go to an office that I'll be throwing some money at, you know, for a couple months to rent a desk effectively. And, you know, that'll be my 9 to 5 working on games.
Got you. Wow. Wow.
And we got like merch and a website and like I'm doing all the things.
No, let
We're
us
gonna
know.
have Sigil Games t-shirts and stickers and
So how
all
does
that
it work?
jazz.
Do you need like a small business loan? Like how does it work for you? Are you just going with savings and you're just going out?
I'm just using GI Bill money, really. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't need it.
I see what you're saying. So what you're doing is you're going to school, getting the GI Bill, getting BH. To
Yeah,
cover.
I don't need the classes at school. I'm going. It's a second job.
I got you. I understand.
I sit there with like 22-year-old Johnny. Like the other week, I had some like one of the administrative people ask me what classes I teach. You know what I mean? Like so.
Hey, that could be another way. And shout out to if y'all did not know in chat, Murder Man. He said it before. I don't want to put his business out there, but his family is going through. He has a member in the family who has cancer. Breast cancer specifically. So if you've ever had a family member who's went through that, you know how much like just the support that they need. And so please keep Murder Man in your prayers, also known as Ellis, also known as 5.0 Trade Gaming. So hey, no problem. Ellis, we are going to be here for you and prayers to you and your family.
Hell yeah.
You know.
And Geek, to answer your question, the reason I don't do a Kickstarter, you got to bring a large audience to something like that. And you got to set a real low goal. They like projects to surpass their goal. And you usually got to bring like a pretty big audience with you to be successful. And they take a lot of money, to be honest.
So he's going to be bootstrapping it, y'all. He has 3. How many you got? You got to be in school. GI Bill pays for what, 36 months. So
Yeah.
So you got a little time, got a little runway there.
I mean, I've been in classes since January, so I've been planning for the.
You got been
For
planning.
anybody that doesn't know, and I have no problem sharing it. I work in the federal government, so use your imagination of how exciting and eventful every day is. I'll just leave it at that.
Has impacts, and it's not the only person in our community. That's the sad part. There's been a couple of people who have been impacted a lot by what's going on.
Yeah.
So partly
So
why
it'll be runway. I will get paid for a while, a little bit, from work. I just won't have to work, so I'll have the time to do it. Yeah, I'll still be able to keep the lights on and all that jazz. So there's going to be no better time than over the summer when I got kind of that cushion, and hopefully we can spin everything up and get everything rocking and rolling. So
No, I got it. No, well, Joe, like, we're here. We're waiting to support it.
yeah.
And shout out to Lens of Truth. Lens of Truth's in chat, y'all. Shout out to Lens of Truth. Artist
Now
extraordinary.
I got a question for you.
But yeah, let's go.
Where in the bizarro world is this Proof is in the Plane merch?
Well, Joe, funny you should ask. If anybody is actually watching YouTube, the channel, if you go down there at the bottom, there's actually a store for Shades of Purple.
I like it.
You know,
Excellent.
you said to do it before 600, and we've actually had it out there for about the last 2 weeks. We're just waiting to see if anybody would notice, but it's actually been there since definitely since the last Shades of Purple, but for like the last video before, like I did some crazy traveling, we put out there, and yeah, so if you would like your very own The Proof is in the Plane hoodie or shirt, black or white, there is that. Obviously I took it down to the cheapest I could technically take it down before it, because depending on the size, it actually charges you something different. So I basically made it to where every size is the same, and that's probably the cheapest that I could do it. If you want that. If you want that. I know some people had asked about the hoodie.
Do you mind sharing what service you're using?
Fourth Wall.
Okay.
Because it linked. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot
the
of
integration or whatever with
it
YouTube
had
and
the
stuff?
integration, and I think after a while, like especially for like just this, like there's 3 or 4 different sites you could use.
Yeah.
But I wanted to I think Fourth Wall is really good for this, like content creation. But if I wanted to like do something else, like I didn't want it to get too confusing with another, like something I could connect to Shopify or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Simpleton, what's going on? What's going on, Simpleton? Yeah. So Joe, you saw the discussion with Doc Dark. What do you think?
So I dropped a comment in chat, and like all these companies, I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's Nintendo. I don't care if it's PlayStation. They all the same. They all just like that dude work in the corner that gets you hooked and you keep coming back. That's what it is. That is how a subscription service survives, regardless whether it's $5, $10, $20, whatever. I mean, think about it. Like you pay for HBO Max, and then like, oh, The Last of Us comes out, or whatever you watch, insert show here, and you're like, oh, I'm going to pay for HBO Max. And then you forget you paid for it, and that subscription renews and continues. And then you forget again. I mean, that's like the model, or you continue to use the service and you just pay and pay and pay. And that's how all these services are based. I understand the argument of, yeah, if you pay for Xbox Core, you can get X amount of games. It's going to cost you $120 a year. But like I said, my argument is you pay for Nintendo, it's going to cost you $20 and you're going to get 170 games, and you could argue quality of games or whatever, but like that's in the eye of the beholder and the individual. That is what it is. But I personally think that a lot of the live service microtransaction games is going to be the downfall inevitably.
Yes, 100%.
That's my personal belief, and I think more of your story-driven single player games with some emotion in them will do better. I think that is actually a majority of the audience. Your sweaty first-person shooter folks are just louder.
Oh, I got it.
That's my take on it. I mean, that's why I'm making a twin stick shooter, which is kind of retro-y. And I'm making literally a cozy game where you drift around as a rubber duck. Because there's a market for both of those, a clear market for both of those, like retro kind of twin sticky shooter, and then like cozy chill vibes, like just no stress cut this thing on and explore the world as a rubber duck and make friends and get silly accessories you can wear and whatever.
Got it. And Simpleton, welcome. Simpleton said he says what does aggro stand for again? The aggression makes me uncomfortable. Are we still mad at the video game for profit company? No. We never. I actually am not upset with. I'm upset with. I actually am not upset with gaming companies. Like, I think that's where people mistake my thing. What I will say is that
Consumers have done this to themselves.
that's where
'Cause we signed off and said it was okay. So like it's an old adage, which I know Purple can relate to. As soon as you don't, correct something, you just made a new standard. Right? So someone like, as soon as you don't vote with your wallet, you just signed off on it. You said that's okay.
That's what happened. And that's all I'm trying to say is that the people who are upset, it's like you already signaled what you're willing to put up with. They're just following through.
Yeah.
And until you don't find value. And I was just trying to show the value with Nintendo. That's all.
So Chariot Man, to answer your question, I was unable to secure one at a regular retailer for the pre-order. But I do have my hat in the ring through Nintendo, like NSO online or whatever. So we'll see when those.
Where'd you get it, Joe? Because I know you were struggling there on that last week. Where did you get it?
Oh, I didn't get it. I'm waiting to hear from Nintendo if I make their round of pre-orders.
Cherry Man's also waiting. Hey, yeah, but Alice, I'm not mad at with any of them. They're all gonna do the same. What I think I'm upset with is that this idea that I try to make it as clear as I can that gaming in general is in trouble. And
because it's driven by shareholders is what you have to understand at the end of the day. Anybody that's worked for any of these like large, like Purple said, any of these large organizations have talked to the folks. Like at the end of the line, at the end of the day, it's all about the bottom dollar.
The dollar, it is.
That's it.
But Joe, if you want, I think someone just got back on, and if you want, I'll bring you back on here in a second. But
I'll see if I can figure out my camera thing. Maybe I'll come back.
All right, yep. And all right, take care, Joe. Joe, that's Joe. Sigil Games about to go full time. We got ISO. ISO, what's going on?
Yo, what up, Purple?
ISO, your boy came on.
Yes, did he? Did he come on?
Yeah.
Hey, I got my camera on finally.
Oh my goodness, what's going on, ISO?
What's good? What's good?
No, Doc came on.
What happened? I know I saw that, but then I was busy with the baby boy, so I didn't get to really like see what happened.
You'll have to see. He's gonna make a video. He's gonna get all angry and stuff. Doc, what he does. But what's going on? What's new with Dad Diaries?
I know I gotta make a video. I just finished PTing, so that was good. And I saw you were live, so I hopped in and I was like, I should join while I got time because he's napping right now. So the wife is playing Repo. So I'm just chilling. I gotta enjoy when he's sleeping, right? So I gotta make sure to enjoy that gaming time, right? But no, I gotta make another one because I think it's pretty interesting what goes on. So I just tired.
No, for real. Yeah, no, is this the first time you've ever like had a baby?
Yes.
Yes. So this is kind of like a new type of like routine for you all the way around.
Yeah. So it's been hard only because I still work out, right? So I work out 4 times a week. So I got to make sure I keep on track with that. And then on top of work, right? And then the wife goes back to work, I think beginning of June. So we gotta get ready for that. So now I'm going to be in charge of the baby boy during majority of the day. And I actually have to leave for work for 2 weeks. So that's going to be interesting. So yeah, there's a lot going on in May actually. So I'm like, damn, but it is what it is,
No, but you saw that, Joe. You see this glow he has? Is that new violet glow? He can't stop. It always happens, man.
Yeah.
No,
it's been pretty good. It's been good.
No, I'm just excited for you. I mean, like that's obviously new. It's obviously a different chapter for you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of I'm gonna be I mean, you're still a gamer through and through. Like, so I'm gonna be interested to see how you're still like kind of going through it and.
Well, that's why I got the ROG Ally X. And then what's cool is, I'm gonna wait because I actually have a video for it, but I've been doing some cool stuff using it, kind of like figuring things out right as I go. Right. So So I'm gonna be making a video about that. So I don't want to talk about it yet because
Okay.
yeah.
No, we're not. And did you you got Duck the Switch, right?
No, actually we
I
didn't.
thought I thought it was in your
I was trolling. I was kidding around. I didn't get it. I did say I didn't get it, but you might have missed it.
Someone told me, people are always trolling. They're not actually getting it. And I was like, no, they got
It
it.
was just me. It was just me. Everyone else in there was you're talking about Legends chat, right?
Legend,
Yeah,
yeah,
like they were all trying to
Legend,
get it. I was like, oh, I
Tony.
got it. But then I was like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not buying it. So I was the only one that was messing around.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
else got it.
Oh my god.
From what I believe. I think Legend got it.
Tony.
Tony, see, I think CMG got it too. I think everyone got it for the most part. 'cause
Cherry Man doesn't
Walmart.
have it. Cherry Man doesn't have it.
Oh, he didn't get it.
Um,
Oh,
no, Cherry Man doesn't have it.
oh,
Not
okay.
yet. He tried. Because New York, you gotta
Oh,
think New York is hard because in New York, it kind of went by like the region you live in.
oh,
So
did
we
it?
don't have like Walmarts in New York City.
Oh,
We have
really?
very few Target. The Targets are all like out. It's like one in like there's like 8 million people in the
Mhm.
city. There's like 4 Targets. So
Jesus.
and there's like maybe like 6 Best Buys. So you have like all those people. Like the people in New York, I think got like really screwed by it.
Okay. Yeah, see, I didn't know it was like that because I mean, when I looked, like the last place that had it open was Walmart, and it had open for a while. I was actually worried because the fact that Walmart still had pre-orders open, I was like, is that right? Because Best Buy sold out, Target sold out, but then the only one open was Walmart. So I was like, I really hope they're not like canceling
Over like
orders.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it just had to do with like because in order to get it, you had to have like an account, and I think they could
Right.
tell where your closest Walmart or Best Buy or Target was. And so
Okay.
for me, like I couldn't get any of them.
Mm,
And so fortunately I was able to go because I kind of live out in the suburbs now of the
mm.
city. I was able to go to GameStop and get it.
Oh yeah. No, I heard you went in person, right?
Yeah, I went in person.
Was there a long line? Like, was it pretty easy to get it? Because I'm assuming they had a
No,
sign and they're like, "Hey, there's 30 pre-orders available, whatever."
yeah, so no, they had a sign. No, so it wasn't actually hard. Like I showed up. I think the GameStop I went to opened at 10. I showed up probably like right at 9, and there
Okay.
were 6 or 7 people in front of me.
Oh,
And
that's not bad at all.
they had on the door. I think I took a picture of it. It was like 83 or 84 Switch 2 bundles and 43 Switches. So,
Oh, they had more bundles than the normal ones? That's
yeah,
crazy. Wow.
most of the Game Stops had twice as much bundles, and when I talked to the the manager of the store, he said that's how Nintendo did. They basically gave twice as many bundles as they did normal Switches.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's pretty dope because I know shit, buying the bundle is cheaper than buying the normal Switch, especially if you're trying to get it comes with a
Mario
Mario
Kart.
Kart game,
Yeah,
right?
no, I think it
Okay.
was all trying to pump up Mario Kart. But no, like, so it was actually pretty cool because I had never done that, and it was a guy who I was sitting in line next to, and we were like all adults. Like I think the youngest person was like 35, all the way up to like 60,
Damn.
and they were all like there trying to get a Switch. And this guy he turns to me and he said, "Oh man, I can't believe I'm so excited to do this." And I'm like, "What, you like to do this? Sit in line?" And he kind of like, and it was like he's like a plumber or something. But
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
yeah, it was like all these different people. You know what I mean? Like just people I would never interact with.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Yeah, but," and then he kind of showed how like I had met all these gamers because he had kind of like seen me talking to different people. He's like, "You
Okay.
don't like talking to," and I was like, "Actually, no, I did enjoy talking to all these people." And so he's like, "Yeah, that's what it's about. It's like just connecting." So I thought it was kind of cool to connect to different people, but no, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Like I got in, GameStop did like a really good job of like here's your list. Like before you got in, you checked off what you wanted,
Mhm.
and then you came in and you just paid for it, and then they're like, "All right, that's it." So
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
like
the
cool.
last like event like to go for like a game or anything was it was either for Kingdom Hearts 3 or for the Pokemon games. Like I got my wife the how it comes with two of them, like the
Mhm.
both Scarlet and Violet, I think was the recent one. So we did that one. We did the midnight release for it.
Oh wow.
It was one of the I don't know what released first, so it was either or those. So it's been a while. And I think it was I'm pretty sure it's during like COVID. So yeah, I mean it's been a while. So
Well, hey, like if you want to, I know you got the Rock Ally, but we'll see. You got, I mean, it's it's. I think that Cherry Man may disagree with me, but from what I've seen, the Rock Ally X is the top of the line gaming PC handheld.
I think so too, and I believe the Legion Go and the Steam Deck is literally right below that. It just depends on what you want. The only thing that made me not want to get the Legion Go is because it was like I wanted a handheld, like a portable device, and it was like too big, and I didn't really care for the detachable, like controllers. So I was like, well, the ROG Ally X screen is smaller and it is a little bit more powerful, right? And I think I like how the battery life was too. So I was like, I'll just get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, like, hey, like I say, as long as you're gaming, you're good with me.
I still have the Steam Deck sitting right there, and then I got the ROG Ally on the chair over here. So
Oh man.
yeah, no, I love the ROG Ally. It's pretty dope. Like I do like it. It works out for me because of course I'm primarily a PC gamer, so I can play my Steam library. Remote play, oh my god, absolutely amazing on this.
So it has remote play.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. I did not know that. Does it have game sharing?
I haven't really delved into the game sharing thing. I don't use it. I know there's something that you can do with it, but I never had the need for it, so I never really looked into it. I'm sure once Jaden is older, my kid, I'll probably be like, hey, you could just use my Steam library. I don't care, right? Like,
of course.
Why not? I already bought all the games,
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for you. So
Yeah.
excited. And y'all are going for number 2 when?
Oh, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait at least. I think we actually talked about it recently, and we want to wait till he's about 1.5 years old first.
Okay.
So around there before we even like make an attempt for a second one. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Look at you, ISO. Man, ISO, it's so cool to just to
I know,
hear.
it's so
Like,
adorable.
I know, I know. I mean, like, you got, from what I understand, cute parents, cute baby.
Yep.
You know what
I'm
I
a
mean?
stud. My wife is beautiful, so.
Of course. No, but you can tell y'all are loving parents. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
And-
I'm more worried for me, just because I'm like, we're both military parents, so I'm kind of worried overall. But I'm more kind of like, hey, like you're not gonna do that, like assertive discipline, I guess. She's gonna be more relaxed, but still military parents. I feel like we're to feel like she's more relaxed, but really compared to an average parent, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Nah, y'all are doing awesome.
I feel like I'm screwed if it's a girl. I feel like
yeah, no, like that's what's gonna happen. The second
Yeah.
one, like as soon as you said that, I was like, okay, as soon as they get a daughter, like
I already knew if it was a girl, I would have been so screwed. I would have been like, discipline out the window. She wants everything. Here you go. I don't know. Something, right? Like
that's how it happens. That's how daughters happen. I think who has
Oh
both
my God.
both we got both Vet and Cowboy in the background. I think they both have daughters. So
I thought Cowboy had a son.
yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
Cowboy has well he'll tell us here
Yeah.
eventually, But oh my goodness, ISO. Well, ISO, you're always welcomed on this channel and
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
talk and stuff. And you're gonna have to watch Doc's video. He's gonna go in on me because he caught me kind of
I figured there was gonna be like another response video. So
yeah. No,
when I saw you go live, I was like, oh, it's about to go down. Yeah.
no, I mean it wasn't like that. Like it wasn't really because Cowboy's the one who keeps making videos of me.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw the second one. I was like, there's another one? I thought we already
I already
went
thought
in
we
on
did
this.
it.
Yeah, I thought it was already
it.
done.
And then he's like, nah, let me go back because you out of everybody, Rune is the one that stirred the pot. And I'm like,
Oh.
I was like, man, I can't do another one of these. And I just came back in town, so I don't know. But let me get Cowboy. He's in the background because I got Vet as well.
Okay, no worries. I see chat too. Everyone's saying they have girls, and they're like kind of pretty much agreeing.
Yeah,
We'll see.
they
I
do have
want a
both.
girl for a second one. I was happy with the boy first. That's what I wanted for sure. I told her it was like the whole time I was like, it's a boy. Like I was very like confident it was a boy, right? Also hopeful. I was like, please be a boy. End up
Aw.
being a boy. Now I'm like, okay, next one could be a girl. If it's a boy again, it is what it is. But preferably boy and a girl. I'll be happy.
I mean, no, I think that's the way. Like, I have an older brother, so like, usually I think that's a better one because if you have the girl first, that boy's screwed. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I feel like good balance. Boy first, girl second.
yeah. It works a little bit better. I have 2 boys. I would have loved a girl though. Ah, Ravalica. Ah,
I hope I get a girl for the second. We'll see though. We'll see. Just
that's
gotta.
what he says now. That's what he says now. All right, ISO.
All
Take
right.
care, man. All
Have a
right,
good one, guys.
later. Y'all, that is ISO Motion Gaming. Really hoping he brings back the What a Warrior podcast, but you know he has a baby now. We all know what that's gonna be like for him. But so happy. You see how happy he is? It's so cool to see that. I think it's so cool to see that. But with that said, we're about to bring on our next guest. This one, Vet, we see you, Vet, but we got Cowboy here. So Cowboy, you know, look at him. I don't know if he know. I'm trying to prepare him as he's going live because I don't know if you're ready. All right, here we go. Look here, we got Cowboy, King of Entertainment, on. Cowboy, you're on.
Oh, my bad. I was doing what Doc don't do. Pretend that he work out. When I'm in the Cowboy King of Entertainment studio, and this is what you do for real. You know, Purple, since I moved to Florida, I must have put on like 10 pounds of muscle and some stomach too. But all I do is eat, man. You know?
And Cowboy.
I'm here for that, Purple. Well,
What?
hey, look at these arms.
Cowboy, stop it. Stop. Cowboy, we all, you're not fooling anybody.
Oh, what?
Oh, no, I can't, man. I can't. It'll be too much. I would try. Cowboy, lift your arms. Cowboy, lift your arms. Look at his trying.
What?
Look at it. He's like a kid, y'all. He's like a kid. But
No,
no, for
Purple,
real.
this is real still.
You know,
Anyway.
Cowboy, I would love to say, because what are you? 47?
I'm 49, Purple.
49, 40. I forget. It's been a couple of years since
Yeah.
I've been down there.
Just
I would
a
love
little-
to say you're the motion shaped 49-year-old, but you know we got Rouster.
Hey, you know, I was talking to Roster earlier. We are both 49.
Right, Rouster's. Have you seen Rouster? He like throws up like
I mean,
huge amounts of weight.
Roster looks good, but is Roster chiseled though? Like, is it sculpted
I
like
don't
the
know.
Cowboy? Roster's like a balloon that needs to be popped. The Cowboy's like a popsicle that's sculpted out the freezer, baby.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
anyway, but it's not about that. I just wanted to come on here. I was listening to this, you know, listening to you and Doc and the other people, and you know, you planned this show today because I was going to Whataburger. That's the only reason why you had.
Had you ever been to Whataburger? Had you ever been to Whataburger?
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's what just
Oh yeah, you lived down there. You lived down there because they don't have those in New
No,
Jersey.
yeah, I never had it till I came here.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, cause
Yeah.
I know in Texas we have it.
Okay,
And
yeah.
so and I always have to ask people how, but you don't think it's that great, right?
Nah, it's decent, but it's not like it don't.
Yeah,
blow my
like
mind.
there's
Yeah,
some
I
people who
think-
like swear by
I think what
Whataburger.
people would like is the burgers are pretty big though. They're like pretty round. They're pretty big burgers and they're 2 patties. That's a little bit too much for me, but it's all right. So today, you know, Sandy always want to eat every day, so she's like, "Well, let's go here or there." I'm like, nah. And then she said, "Whataburger." I was like, "All right, let's do that." So, but you planned this show because you knew I was going to Whataburger. You would have had this show on Friday again, but you was like, "Oh wait,
No,
I know
why did
Cowboy's
you ever
going to
join Roadkill?
Whataburger, so I'm gonna put the show on today so he can't join." But I'm home now, Purple.
Go ahead, Cowboy. Go ahead.
You know what?
Doc, he threw me off. He threw me off because you know he does his thing where he like bombards you, and it's like I can't take all these bombardments right now. But-
Listen, Doc gave you so much of he razzles and dazzles you. I ain't even got nothing to say. He threw you off your game. Had you not reading my super chat and everything.
No, my bad, Cowboy. My
That's
bad.
okay. So
My bad.
Purple, I did ask a question though. What didn't you like about Arc Raiders? Because you know we since
Yeah,
Stadia-
no. So I have it on PlayStation. So I played it. When did I play it? Last night or this morning? It's a tech beta, which I've said this before. I am not the type who's like, oh, let me play it and it's not fully polished. So when I played it, it was doing this thing where like I was in the level, but then it would like clip to another like scene. And it was like it was going back and forth. And it just took away. And so I was like, let me just stop playing. Let me just stop playing because I don't want it to have a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah. You don't want to judge it off of solo.
Yeah, exactly. So like I don't want it to happen to what's that game? No Rest for the Wicked. Where they give me the game, I'm excited for it. It's kind of janky, and then I'm like, nah, let me just stop.
Yeah.
What I will say though is for anybody who wants to play Arc Raiders, extraction shooter, the world, the levels are big, like big levels. Like think what's the one? The Hunt Showdown.
Like Hunt Showdown is big. Yes.
Yeah, Hunt Showdown has like big, like when you play like 4-person Hunt Showdown teams, like that's like a big. This one I would say is bigger.
Wow.
And it has like fairly solid graphics. Like the cutscenes are like pretty good. I didn't really get too much into it as far as like I understand the story and stuff. I got to that, but overall, it's like no, it just left a bad taste in my mouth.
So it's crazy because I'm just not into extraction games, but I did. But the two that I played, I love. Like I loved Vigor back in the day. I mean, that's still out. People still play it now. But and pretty much that was like you had a house pretty much, and you had to build your house. So you always went out, and it was multiplayer or single player. And you run out in like the world, and you're sneaking through houses, and you're trying to grab stuff, and other people are coming at the same time. Everybody's thing is to grab stuff, but if people kill you, they take your stuff. And in that game, like your stuff was gone, right? So like you have some stages where you'll get in, grab like some material and a gun and be like, I'm leaving now. And so the extraction part of it was cool because you could literally just say, let's leave now. Whereas like every other game, like you got time limit, you got
time, you got to get to the certain level. And
right. But you just had to make it out to the extraction point and you were gone. Now then with Hunt Showdown, as you know, that like took it and flipped it on his head. Like you got creatures you're trying to find. You got
creatures. You got to and then you see where you're at, and then
right. And then if you kill the creature, then everybody is notified that you got the treasure.
Yeah,
and it's like you're like, oh snap! So you got to try to get out with everybody trying to hunt you.
Yeah, then there's a thing. So Ambi in chat, shout out to Ambi. He and I were playing Hunt Showdown, and we got to the creature and everything, but the people who play that game now are like,
oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
They're like good. You know, it's not, you kind of need to go in there and play with people who know. Because we went in there and we thought we were good. No, they were just waiting to ambush us. Damn. They saw us take down the creature and everything. Right. And then, because you can see how they kill you, which I like kill cams, like where you can see what they're doing. And we were like, oh man. And those levels are like 30 minutes long. Yeah. It was like,
and on top of that, man, it's creepy. I remember when I first played it, and I'm like, a dead dog's chased me, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna run through the water, and then you see the water bubbling. I'm like,
oh, there's a monster in there. There's a monster.
Like, oh my god! Yeah,
there's a monster in there. So this one, I would say, like, obviously, it's an extraction shooter. I think you can extract whenever you want. You also, if the enemy, because you're like. It's a PvEVP.
Okay, yeah. So you're fighting the robots that are the computers, but then you're fighting other people that's on there as well.
Correct. And you can't tell because of the world. Like you can't tell who's on your team and who's not.
Okay.
Until like you're right there. And so I can see like if you're into extraction shooters or you want something different, like a different setting in a really polished game. Like Hunt Showdown is, I would say, it's fairly polished now, right?
Yeah.
This one.
And hold up, and remember Hunt Showdown last May? They did the next gen thing, so it's only next gen now.
Yeah.
They upgraded everything. Yeah.
I think it was September. I think it was September they did it.
It was sometime last year. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think but for ISO played it? I didn't know ISO played it. I didn't know
he played Arc Raiders.
Hunt Showdown. He's trying to get it. So I just got the Arc Raiders for PlayStation 5 tech. I think they sent me the email on Tuesday. Because I've been looking forward to that game since remember Cloud EV?
Like, I remember Stadia. We were all like, it was supposed to be a Stadia game.
Yeah. And so I've been looking forward to it since then. And like I said, I will say like the music solid, like from like you wouldn't think of it from an extract, like it's just solid. The graphics real solid, like the cutscenes, the graphics really solid. The movement's a little weird, but I feel like that's anytime you're in a third person, any game, right? Any game on it, like different type of game engine is kind of a little different. So, but you have, if you ever played the finals, like they have all that zipline stuff and everything. Arc Raiders has that as well. And then, but the only thing is, like I said, like I was like in it because in that beginning you're trying to figure out like what's going on, like this, and then it started doing this. Like the best way I can explain it is like a screen tearing into another part of the map, and it just like it really messed me up last night.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. What was your thoughts just from gameplay you've seen? What's your honest thoughts of Marathon?
So FCAP keeps, for one, anytime I hear the name, I keep thinking of like a game that is Death Stranding, but without delivering packages. I don't know why, so it kind of messes me up because it's a marathon, But I'm probably not the right one to ask just because it's not my type. Y'all don't hear me really talking about like shooters and stuff like that. I like third person games. Outriders, one of my favorite games. Remnant, like I like third person games.
Darksiders.
Yeah, Darksiders, right? From what I understand, Marathon is a first person shooter. And
Extraction also. So
yeah, I don't know, but I started the show out saying the same, like before Doc came on and everything. Extraction shooters are having like a moment. But I don't know if there's that many people who play Extraction. Like,
I agree. Yeah, I've been listening since you started. But even all the way in the car there, all the way in the back. But we're sitting we ate there, and I got the phone all kind of loud, and Doc was on going crazy, and people are looking at me because I didn't think we was gonna eat inside, so I didn't take my earbuds.
He came in hot. Like I was like, man, I wasn't expecting him to come like that, but I was like, oh crap. And then like he kind of caught me off my. So I'm gonna have to like wait for him to do his so I can then counter him, but whatever.
Listen, y'all gotta stop blaming me, all right? I put out one video.
You put out two videos.
I only ever put out one video, and that was it. And I get called a bad guy,
No. See what happened, Cowboy? You put out your video, and I was like, okay, let me do your. But then he went further because I don't know if you watched his live stream. He had like his live stream with like 100 people.
No, I didn't see his live stream, but I seen he did like a 29-minute video.
Yeah, it was a live stream. It was a live stream.
Oh, so he cut it from the live stream. Okay,
yeah,
so
I guess he did because then because he does the live stream,
right?
And then he pivots real quickly because you went in on him.
Yeah,
then he pivots quickly to
you.
Me. Yeah, I'm like, yo, why are you? And he doesn't even. And then he's like, oh look, and they're just like coming at me and stuff. And then they come into my comment section and like, Purple, you love blah blah blah, not realizing because you had cut it a certain way, like to make it in. You did. You told me that. Yes,
you mean Doc did that?
No, you did that. And then just like ISO said, then you made I thought we were good. Like I thought like hell, we did the cowboy thing.
Early in the morning, Rose tagged me, Cowboy, look at this. What Purple gonna say? I was and he was like, and then again, Cowboy, I was like, bro, you make me want to make a video. He was like, I'm just saying.
No, I'm no kidding. I was in a meeting and I get like a ping on my phone. And I looked down and like the team, because like I was about to present, and I said, that motherfucker. Like you said,
when I did it, I was like, yo, Purple gonna kill me.
And they're like, what is it, man? What is it? And I'm like it took me out because it was like to my two worlds. And I'm like, how is he gonna make another video? Because I was in DC. So then that's why I came, and that's why I'm like, yo, you already made this point.
Like you already made the point.
But at the time, it wasn't a thing until, and then Nintendo dropped this news. I'm like, and then Rune's like, oh, so listen,
But y'all are arguing different things because Rune was because like Rune, because he's in my comments, you know, like Rune, he's still a good guy and stuff. Rune comes in, and I think I scared Urban or somebody. Because like Urban, he said something about gold, and I went into like Discord, like, what are you talking? Like, I was just like, but you're arguing the feature doesn't exist. Rune is arguing a different, like y'all are kind of like coming at the same thing.
I'll be honest. I'm not saying it didn't exist because I didn't know. All I was saying was this is what my point was. Something that you were excited for, Nintendo said we're not going to do that. That's the way I see it.
But that wasn't that. But that's not what happened. And that's why I was trying to tell you before is that the features, the thing I got wrong. Let me just, because Rune is like, Purple, say you're wrong. I'm like, fine, Rune, fine. Like the thing I got wrong was I said you could do it with Mario Kart.
Okay.
The thing I still got right is some of their most popular IP, they're still doing it with. But it's not Mario Kart. That's the only thing. But the feature still exists where I could be in party chat. You could be in party chat with your Nintendo. Rabolica could be in her Nintendo. And then we want to play Mario Wonder or Mario 3, one of those, Odyssey. They don't have it. I do. We can all play it off of mine. That is the feature.
You can do that.
You can do that.
Let me ask it straight down the middle. So you could buy one game, and allow me, Doc, and Rouster to play your game.
If the game opts
at the same time.
Yeah, so like I am going to show you like I showed him.
Okay.
I'm going to show him like I showed. I'm going to show you like I showed him, and for everybody in the chat now.
Okay, let's check it out, guys.
So
when you put my glasses on, you know I'm 49. Stop playing.
So here it is, the game. So you see, so this is what y'all were talking about. Share your games in person, and you cannot play at the same time, right? This is like I lend you out Zelda, whatever. I cannot play Zelda while you have it. It acts like a cartridge. That's what y'all were talking about. Now, this is something different. Online, share the fun via game chat. And they clearly show, here's one person, and they can share it all at the same time and play it at the same time. So it works as like virtual couch co-op. That's all I was saying. And then right now,
I see what you're saying. So if you're playing a game that's like a 4-player, you can have. Oh, it's kind of like Split Fiction.
Yes.
Okay.
Up to 3 different players, right? So the games that they can do it with, here are the games, right? Which some of these are big games on Switch. So that still holds true that they are like this one sold over 30 million. This one sold 20 million. You know what I mean?
Got you. But I want to say, I think my point still stands though, because I feel like what you were saying and what you were excited over is you was thinking that they were gonna, with the $10 thing, let them you be able to play a game with 4 other people. But technically, that's not the same thing.
3.
Well, yes, you could play with 3 other people. But this is if the game, kind of like Split Fiction, or I even think at one point you was like, not like Split Fiction, because you wasn't sure that in PlayStation, because I specifically said PlayStation, you wasn't sure if they were able to do that also. And you were like, not like Split Fiction, not a company allow you to share. And so, but this is technically that. You know what I'm saying? So technically what you thought they were, well, okay, maybe they was going to do it, but as of yesterday, Nintendo said.
No. So what the confusion happened was with when you see the Direct, right? And I made that video the day of the Direct, and it launched a few days later. And then I made the correction a week later on my stream where I said, Mario Kart, you can't do it with. The where the confusion happened is they were showing game sharing at the same time during the Direct. Nintendo shows lending out Mario Kart through the first way. and then they show the online one. So if you're not catching it, you would
I
think
got you.
that, and so I caught, but the feature still exists.
Yeah, the split fiction style thing does exist.
But technically, I would not be surprised if they do this with Smash Brothers, or if they do the old one. Like I imagine that this will be a feature of like your normal Switch.
Yeah.
One.
But I will say this. So it does bother me a little bit because that's what I say in my video. That's what I didn't like with Stadia. Now again, that's just me, right? Stadia was cool. You was able to share with 3 other people, but you both couldn't play at the same time. And I was used to on PlayStation being able to play games with my wife simultaneously. So I was like, dang, that made me mad. Now I remember Holt saying, yeah, for me it's good because I share with my nephews, my nieces. So when I'm not playing, they could all just take turns. I was like, yeah, but I play games with my wife. And so I don't want to buy the same game twice. Remember, on Stadia, I bought what's the knockoff Grand Theft Auto game? Saints Row. I had bought it twice. So remember, me and my wife made the character. I had to spend that money twice because we wanted to play together. I could have bought it on PlayStation, but I was more in Stadia than PlayStation. I was like,
yeah,
but I'd rather play it on Stadia, you know. So for me, it's like they do have game sharing, the Nintendo, but now they made it clear that you can't play it at the same time, but you get to share 3, you know.
So yeah, so my feature was still like, I think, like I'm still excited. I don't know where you got, like it was my favorite feature. And welcome back, Dark 1985. Don't let it. What are you? Wait, I'm not gaslit. Like Doc.
Hey Doc, I'm being nice to her, just so you know, Doc. I'm being nice because you don't came in here crazy. So I'm being nice.
He just talks crazy. He just talks crazy.
He does talk crazy.
You know.
And he wish he looked like this. You notice Doc in his videos, he never make a muscle. He never does that. Those flabby arms, he never does that. I feel like if you got it, flaunt it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, all I'm thinking
about
purple.
And I was rocking the chain way before him with the cross.
I didn't say anything about that.
I purposely don't even wear it sometimes because I feel like I'm stealing his shine. My cross is bigger. My cross got black diamonds in it. I mean, I'm just saying, purple. Doc is the bootleg cowboy. I'm gonna just ship him a hat. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ship him my old hat.
Okay, so here's what Sean is saying.
Okay.
You can lend Zelda virtual cartridge and play it still, but only online until the game is returned. So that was what Sean is saying that you will be able
but Zelda is a single player game. That's not really that's not that. So okay, wait. So I think Sean, what we're trying to say is you can do that. The person who let you borrow it or the person who shared it to you won't be able to play it at the same time as you.
That's what he's saying you can. He's saying you can lend Zelda the virtual cartridge out.
Okay.
And play it still, but only online. So you would have to play it online if it's 2 single player games. Now, like, again, we're going to have to test this out when the thing comes out.
Yeah, definitely. Because remember, Nintendo put that statement out yesterday.
And so, like, I understand. So my thing has always been what I am excited about with the Nintendo, right, is I still think that they're bringing gamers together. That's all I was saying.
Listen, Purple, let's be clear. You literally said you don't even play your Switch. What makes you think you want to play the new Switch? Please tell me.
I'll tell you. Because, for one, despite what Rudik says, I actually have had the desire to finish Tears of the Kingdom. I actually have felt like that.
Okay, that's fine.
So I do want to start that one. There's another game.
You realize you don't need a Switch 2 for that, right? We're just making that clear.
I do, but they said this. So when that comes out, it's gonna probably be like I'm gonna probably have to start over as much as I don't want to start over. So you have that. There's another game I really want to play on Switch too, as well, which is Kunutsigami Path of the Goddess. I started playing that game on PlayStation. It's actually kind of one of the next ones, but I think I'm going to play on Switch. And then at that point, you have Reanimal coming out. I'm going to play that on Switch too. You have Little Nightmares coming out. I'm going to play that on Switch too. So you have a full slate of games that I would have played on PlayStation, but I'm going to play on Switch too.
Why?
Why?
Because it's easier for me to play down here and up there.
This is an elaborate way for you to prove a point, by the way. So you're gonna just to spite me.
No.
Just to spite me, you're gonna purposely buy a Switch 2 to play a game that you could have played on something you already have. Dare I say it was gonna look better, but just to spite me. That's what we're doing now.
No, I'm going to tell you. Why do I have to, what did I like about Stadia?
Fine, you could take it anywhere.
It's why, like, I was a proof case. You can ask Ron Slusher, like, we were playing over here and we had to switch it. That's why I liked it. Why did I buy 2 Xboxes?
I know. So you could do
no,
it.
This is actually the thing. This is why did I buy both of them?
But so here's my thing. What I will say is, I understand that, because the reason why I stopped buying Nintendo stuff is the reason why you're planning on buying the Switch 2. I stopped buying Nintendo after GameCube because I felt they wasn't giving the same support to third party. And you said it yourself, but now they are. So I do get it. Like, if there was a way for me to take, PlayStation on the go, right? And not be a remote play or a cloud, be legitimately downloads. I mean, that would be amazing, Yeah,
no, and that's the thing. And I don't have to buy. So Xbox doesn't have all the games I want to play. Let's just put that way. They have not had it. So that's why I stopped playing on Xbox. PlayStation does have most of the games I want to play, but there are Nintendo games. Y'all have heard me talk about the Nintendo games. So now, but you don't hear me talking about Grand Theft Auto. You never heard me talk about Grand Theft Auto.
I don't care about that either.
Yeah, you've never heard me talk about like, I kind of started getting into Death Stranding, but I'm not really into Death Stranding anymore. So it's like that. But if you look at I put the list out there. What are my top 20 games? Well, South of Midnight already came out. So now we got Reanimal, that's going to be on there. You have Mouse PI is going to be on there. You have Mio Memories in Orbit is going to be on. It's like, so why would I need it?
Purple, because you're wasting money on something you could already get those games on something you already spent money on. Simple.
But also, I want to do Mario Kart.
You know what? Can I give you a hot take?
Can
I give you a cowboy hot take?
Hot.
That new Mario Kart is not going to be that great. And I'm going to tell you why. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand when a racing game start doing the trendy go off-road. I remember I loved Burnout. When Burnout Paradise came out, it was like, oh, you could drive down the road and cut down the corner and then meet somebody there. I'm like, then how we know who beat who? How you gonna say you faster than me? You took the shortcut down the alley, turn around the corner. Mario Kart made even more silly. You flying over buildings. Like, it's not the actual racer that it always was. I think that's a bad choice for them to change it into this off-road thing. It makes, like, I used to be the Mario Kart of Mario Kart. If I had a Switch, I'd be playing Mario Kart. I don't even want to play that Mario Kart. I'm like, dude, it's Mario Kart, but it's not the Mario Kart. So hopefully they have, like, legit just straight tracks that you can race, but it's not. I look at it like, dude, I don't want to play that, and I got a feeling some people have played it like this isn't Mario Kart.
But Cowboy, here's the thing. It is the same thing. Like I told when Doc started going off crazy. Like, yeah, like that's not you. You didn't play Mario Kart. Like, you're not a Mario Kart player. Like,
hey, whoa. No, hold up. You know how you go and say, I was the Contra person. I was the Mario. If you could bring back Contra, then I could bring Mario Kart. I could bring Star Fox. I could Listen.
I get it. But you
grown men. Ask my son. He was a child then. We was about to fight over Mario Tennis. Like, bro, stick your man. You stick it. Like, it used to get real on Nintendo 64.
Tennis. That's when it came out.
Hey, Mario Tennis was one of the most competitive games you've ever played. I'm telling you, like, it got real. Trust me, I have a long history of Nintendo. Like, at one point,
no, I'm not saying, but I'm saying recently the Switch. You were not a Mario Kart 8 player.
Correct.
All right, and so if we look at the #1 selling game on Nintendo Switch, you know what it is?
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart 8.
But
So
they're switching it up. So a Mario Kart 8, was you going off road? No.
no, but I would say there's 63 million people who bought that game, right? And I think like
But 63 million people haven't played that game. So I can't wait to hear the reception when they be like, "Hey, bro, this ain't Mario Kart." Like, I'm just
okay,
saying.
well, the Switch literally was selling out of the Mario Kart 8 Switch bundle.
Of course they was, because you saved that game was $80. I'm just
It
saying.
wasn't. If you bought the bundle, it wasn't.
No,
It is-
exactly. So you just saved from paying $80. So of course you was buying the bundle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes sense.
Look, Calvin, I'm not gonna say like I said. I don't know why. Because I said I'm looking forward to playing it. Right? You asked me why are you getting? I said, "Yo, I'm actually looking forward to it." And now you're telling me like Purple. It's not okay if it's not as popular.
Listen, I would think anyone who's purchasing the Switch would be. Listen, Mario Kart is a staple of gaming. Like, if you think of arcade racing, Mario Kart has to be in the front of your mind, right? Now, or you could say, well, it's just a kart racer, but still, arcade racing, Mario Kart. Now, I just feel like watching the Mario Kart world presentation. It's not the Mario Kart I've played. It's not the Mario Kart 8 either. This is different. And so I'm just curious if people are like, damn, I kind of rather the old Mario Kart. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, we'll find out. Like, like, but all I'm saying is like, yo, it looked like it. It seemed to me like, yo, a good time to get into Mario Kart would be with this one, right? I don't have the allegiances to the other ones that you have or some other people have. So I'm like, yo, and so, and then when we will see, but the truth of the matter is Nintendo with a title that's launching Mario Kart 8, right? That's the launch title. Nintendo most likely at launch is going to sell. I did have this for y'all. I did have this at launch. Well, I don't think this is what I wanted to show, but this isn't what I wanted to show. But at launch, Nintendo's expected to sell some 6 to 8 million Switches. And so, like,
so you know what I heard Doc Dark say the other day?
What?
He said, just because the pre-sales sell out don't mean it's going to do great, because look what happened to Xbox. That's what Doc said.
I don't think you can compare Xbox, in which it was let's be very honest with Xbox, and this is not me picking on Xbox.
Right.
Xbox 360, top of the line for Xbox, right?
Yep.
Xbox One sold 2/3 of 360. True or false? So we would say that is a decline. Yes. That is a decline. It is already declining down, right? Then you open up during 2020, because I think that's when they launched it during the pandemic, right? They had a head start on PlayStation, and they still could not outsell PlayStation. PlayStation 5 matched PlayStation 4, right? For actually the tops, they both sold 4.6 in the opening weekend. Xbox did not do that. Right. And so what I would say to that is Nintendo, now we don't know, but I would say the preliminary demand is almost 6 to 8 million. Like right now, let's just put that into perspective. They're expecting to sell 15 to 20 million in 2025 alone. Xbox, that is literally, I mean, 2/3 of all the Xboxes that have been.
I get what he was saying. It's not that you would compare Xbox to Nintendo, but just that something that's sold out doesn't mean something that's sold out before. So something that's sold out pre-orders, right? Meaning before it was actually available, where people got it in their hands and they can actually determine if they like it or not. Everybody see a trailer of an amazing looking game or movie. I gotta play that game, right? Like Expedition 33. I gotta play that game at the end.
I mean, okay, let's unpack Doc's your talking point in Doc's statement.
what is a bigger indicator of a success? The thing selling out or the thing not selling out?
Well, I mean, okay, so you said, well, so if I'm determining it as it's successful, then it's selling out.
Okay. So by us then saying like the more logical thing that selling out actually would indicate, we're going to throw that away by focusing on the other one, which I just showed was coming on a decline because Xbox has been on a decline at that point for some 10 years because Zalik, thank you, Zalik, for waking up with us. She's from Australia. Zalik has just said after the Ring of Death, which happened in 2010, 2011, if I'm not mistaken, that's when that happened. So over that decade, Xbox's brand had been declining. Nintendo Switch, to make it very clear, just sold 12 million Switches 7 years old, right? There's a demand for Nintendo.
I mean, you know what I'm going to say.
And now your mama knows.
No, I'm going to say there's more children in every household. So fine, the Switch is a hot commodity for them children. Good stuff. Bravo. I'm going to tell you why the Xbox went downhill. The Xbox direct competitor was the PlayStation. So when the PlayStation 3 came out with the cell processor and they was like, it could guide a missile, Xbox still was hot. And they used to make and this game, and the PlayStation 3 was more powerful than the Xbox 360. And so they would literally do the Xbox game first and put the port on the PlayStation. The games look bad and people was like, they could look better than that. And eventually when the PlayStation 3 caught on, once it became the most popular thing, because I always tell you, video games is nothing but a popularity contest. And once it became more popular, it was no way for them to catch them. If Phil Spencer said it, nothing was going to make them catch them, because if you had a PlayStation 4 and it was up here in sales and the Xbox was here, why in the world will all of a sudden the next gen is going to flip flop? It wouldn't, because the people already made they already said this is what I want.
Cowboy, you're arguing my point. You're arguing my. Why are you arguing with me?
No,
you're arguing my
point. Just these kids are still kids. They're still gonna get their parents.
This is grown man with the cowboy hat on, talking about gaming, talking about kids are. Cowboy, you're still a kid, but I got Rivalik. I got. She does not come on. She's only come on twice.
Listen. Purple. At the end of the day, love you to pieces. You're just one of my favorite people, and it's all love. So for any of you guys thinking it's not love, it's all love. And I appreciate it. You give it back as well. I love it.
No, but I'll be on your channel Tuesday. We can rub. You put me on your thumbnail Tuesday, so you came on mine. I'll come on your Tuesday. All right.
Oh, you noticed that, huh?
I saw that. I told you. I cussed in the meeting when I was like, this. All right.
Real quick. One thing we have in common is Doc Dark. His fans are ruthless. I can't stand them either. So I had to put them on blast in my video.
Dude, he's gonna do it again. He's trying to be like, Purple, your hair looks like. I'm like, Doc, stop it. He's gonna do the whole angry face. It's okay. And Severin's gonna be there like, Severin. But all right, later, Cowboy.
Earlier today, but all right.
Later, Cowboy. Take care.
Later.
Y'all, we have not seen this person since Shades of Purple episode 29. I am so excited to see this person. The one, the only, our Sims extraordinaire. Robolica, what's going on? And you brought your camera.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Robolica, what's going on?
I don't know. Just wanted to chat.
Well, so Robolica, what am I missing? What everybody's picking on me for Nintendo? What am I missing?
We're a Nintendo family. We have everything, but Nintendo is like, Granite's had, oops, sorry, I hit my microphone. Granite's had like every system except the SNES, and that was a system I grew up with. So
you have both of them.
So we have all of them.
I think so. I hear people like Cowboy, Doc Dark, they're all into like the power, but it's like, if you like Nintendo, you like their IP,
mm-hmm.
That's where you have to play the IP.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, you can't play Mario anywhere else, really.
You can't.
or Mario Kart. So, what do you think of Mario Kart? Are you a Mario Kart fan?
I've played Mario Kart. I'm not as big a fan as Granite is. Like Granite's beaten the game, like every one of
Oh
them,
my
right?
god, really?
So like, I've played it a little bit.
Oh my goodness. So Granite's gonna be in there. Granite, shout out to Granite. He comes in and plays with us sometimes with Orcs Must Die. So shout out to Granite.
Yeah.
Um, but so no, so you got the Switch. You got it the
Mhm.
night of. You're actually like
Yes.
the only one of the few people I know who got it the night of.
I think it was
Uh,
easier to get in Canada. I don't know.
maybe it wasn't easy. It
On,
was
on John Scar's Discord, which most of us are Canadian, almost everybody got it that tried.
well, that's because John gave you all the hookup, I feel like.
No.
He was like, yeah, I'm joking.
So either people got it online the night, like at midnight, or went to GameStop in the morning and got it.
Oh my, yeah. So I went in the morning and got it, and so I
Yeah.
was able to get it. And I live, like I said, out in the suburbs a little bit, and there was a lot of, but you could only get one per household.
Yeah.
But they were allowing people actually to do two, because they saw the line was they had 120 there, but they saw that the line was like only 30 people, so they were starting to say like, hey, if you just give us a different address, we'll let you take a second. I didn't do that. I only took one, but
Mhm. We only got one. They're expensive. We
they're
can't.
really expensive. 500 if you get the bundle.
Yeah. Well, here it's like with tax and everything, it came out to $700 for the bundle.
Wow.
So that's a lot of money. And my laptop that I use for gaming doesn't support basically any new game. So because I've only got a 1650 for the RTX 1650 for my video card.
Oh my
And all
goodness.
the new games need a lot higher than that.
Like 2060. I see some 2060 is like kind of the preferred, unless you're like Blueprints, I think was like a 1440.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
Blueprints is it's not the graphically
It's not.
yeah. But like I tried the what do you call it for Dune? There's like a character creation, and then you can do a benchmark for your computer, and it recommended everything to be like low.
Well, for Doom, the Dark Ages.
Dune,
Oh, Dune
Awakening,
Oh, Dune Awakening. Oh my goodness.
which that's one that Granite's really excited about. And building looks a lot of fun. I like to build, so
Really? Well, yeah, yeah.
so yeah, like what I picked for a background, Sims.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I need to catch your because I'm not on Twitch as much. And
Yeah.
so like if you put it, I need to put a alert for when you go live on Twitch. So I have
So on Twitch, I generally stream Tuesday afternoons at around 1:30ish.
okay. So we'll
um,
try to do that.
That's when my kids are at school and I have the house to myself.
Whenever you can game. I know I caught Zalek. I caught her earlier this week. So like I'm trying to catch my people in like different parts of the world.
And then sometimes I do live streams on YouTube. Like today was a kit release. Those are the in the US they're $5 little 25 item DLC packs. And so there was 3 released today. Usually it's only 2. So I only had an hour and a half to try to go through all 3 of them. And I kind of had to rush the end of it. So I have to make a new video tonight about what's in the kits. So
Oh my goodness. So obviously, so you said I want to come back to this one.
Mhm.
PC, it sounds like you're gonna probably need not just a new graphics card, you're gonna probably need like
a whole new computer.
the whole new group. You're right, because you're gonna have to if you upgrade the graphics cards, you're gonna probably need another CPU, another graphics card is gonna probably need another power supply. All of that to combine is gonna probably need more cooling.
Oh, like I'm using a laptop. My desktop, the it's so old that the graphics card in that is a 570.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, so you're like cloud gaming is not even an option.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I got my laptop so I could play Valheim because I couldn't see what was going on in Valheim.
Oh my goodness. So all right. So Switch is coming out. Do you think Switch is going to become your main thing?
Probably not, because they don't have The Sims on Switch.
They do not have The
Nintendo.
Sims yet. Are they going to get
No.
The Sims?
Probably not. The other thing too is with The Sims, if because it's on Xbox and it's on PS4, but it's a different way of only the base game would be free. It's free for all systems, but because all of my packs are on PC, they don't transfer over to
So even if it did come to the Switch, you wouldn't do it because everything you have is on PC.
right. I would maybe play base game, but I mean, when you have like 85 DLC packs, that's a lot that you're missing.
Wow.
So
it's PC. Your PC. That's where. So
yeah, no, I mean, I play some stuff on Switch. I have Disney Dreamlight Valley. I have on both. Like I have it on Steam and I have it on the Switch, because originally it was supposed to be free, so I got it on Switch and I was going to get it when it went free, but then they changed that and it didn't end up being free. And then I also played like Animal Crossing.
yeah.
One game that actually is going to be updated for the Switch 2 is Clubhouse Games. which
Yes.
is-
Saw that.
yeah, I have that, and I really that's like one of my favorite Nintendo games. I had it on the DS as well.
So, and that's one of the ones that you're going to be able to share out.
Yes. So you can share that one to just the regular original Switch as well. So we have a Switch Lite, a Switch, and an OLED Switch here.
So it's going to work out. That's going to work out well for you to play it.
Yeah.
Against the family. So that's cool. So it's not like a total, like, there's some value there.
Yeah, and a lot of a lot of our games, I think, will have updates for the Switch too. Now, one thing is they kept showing Animal Crossing in that video, and I haven't heard anything about updates to Animal Crossing. So I'm curious if there will be updates for it.
Well, I would imagine. So, like, I try to get as much information because, in New York, we have the Nintendo store. And so I'll try to go, and what they always tell me is like the main franchises, which at different parts of the store, you'll be like in a Zelda section or you'll be in like a Kirby section.
Mhm.
They always talk about the main sections are like their marquee things, and that's what they're going to continue to always be staples. Animal Crossing's there. So I think most likely, and Animal Crossing's one of the I think Animal Crossing's the second biggest seller on Switch.
Probably. I think it was the biggest for a while.
Yeah. And then
Like during the
Mario-
pandemic, it was like the game to get.
Yeah, and I've actually ran across at least 3 people on the train to or from work, and they've all have mentioned Animal Crossing
Mhm.
because you can see the Switch. They always I'll always ask them what they're playing and or what they do play, and Animal Crossing always comes up. It's a game I haven't really been able to get. I haven't really played as much, I should say, like that. But I know a lot of people who play it, so I would imagine they're gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my island, it's oh my goodness, my island is a maze. I have to show people around it because it's so confusing if you're not used to it.
Oh my
So-
goodness!
Like I
So
put a
we're
lot
gonna-
of work into it.
Or I'm gonna definitely have to check it out.
So-
We're gonna have to do well, supposedly now, like obviously they're doing a lot more with like social on
Mhm.
Switch. So I am looking forward to that. And Animal Crossing, I think, is one of those games that is built for social. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely have to see that.
Well,
No.
and Zalek says your Switch is at its core cozy games unless it's your vibe. So I'm a cozy gamer. Like that's what I play for the most part. I play stuff with Granite because he asks me to. So when we played Valheim, I mostly just built the bases and playing V Rising, and like I really need help to defeat any of the characters to progress, and I build the base. So yeah.
I like Switch. Like I said, I like, especially like there's certain times I like some of the more, I don't know, Outriders is the game, or Diablo. Which I would say Diablo is probably able to run on the Switch. But I like it. Like I think especially now the games, like I think 30 hours, so it's not as many as others, 30 hours in Blueprints. But I feel like that would have been a great Switch game because I like to play down here versus up there. And so that's what I find that I've been like playing more of. So
Blueprints is like I'm obsessed with that right now.
all right, how like so you got to room 46.
Yes, yeah, 34th day. So
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's not bad.
yeah,
I think I got there 38th day, but that there was 2 or 3 days where I was doing the PS Portal and it disconnected and then it counted that as a day.
yeah.
And then there was another day that I had got a glitch early on, and then they fixed that. And then there was another day where I just like I just got really upset because of like what I found in the shed, and I didn't like it. So I would say that no, I would have maybe done it by 34, but it took me 38. And then it's all about trying
Like
to
the other
uncover.
puzzle,
Yeah,
the meta puzzles. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. And that's what I was trying to explain to people. And I see Torino Johnson came in. I try to explain that to people. Like, who was it, Rouster, that you told me? Link. Like Link was like gunning for room 46. I'm like, yo, you're gonna like have to slow down to like see some of this other stuff that's going on.
yeah.
Because you're gonna if you don't take your time through all the rooms, you're gonna end up being upset.
Well, I wasn't taking notes at first, and then I was like, wait
Oh,
a second, I think I need to keep track of some of the stuff. So my camera roll on my phone right now.
oh my goodness! Like I've taken like 50 to 60. Y'all, like I will show y'all. Like I have taken so many pictures of blueprints. Like, oh my goodness. Let's see if I can bring this up. Oh my goodness. Like there's all these like oh, you probably can't see it, but there's like all these pictures of just blueprints, like photos of like random stuff. Because I'm like, this is gonna be important. I just don't know why it's gonna be important.
Yeah, and then there's like sometimes where you come across something like, oh, that explains this other hint that I saw like 50 days ago.
Oh, yeah. No, there's so much in the. To me that's fun, right?
Mhm.
Like to where I can just get in and it's like it's able to stimulate different parts of like my brain.
It reminds me of Riven.
I see you said that, and I haven't played that one.
Oh, Mist.
Oh my goodness, Miss is like old, like that's old. Like wow, she went like 30 years back.
Riven, yeah. Riven is the sequel to Mist. So
Okay.
Mist I got as a game in a cereal box.
Oh my, that's like when CD-ROMs just came out.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
when we would be like, oh, like because originally you had like the floppy, like and
Mhm.
it's not like the Apple IIe flop. That was actually floppy, like the 3x5 inch.
Yeah.
And then like Miss was like kind of that first wave of games that were on a CD.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like super cool. Like, yeah, oh my goodness, Miss. Some people, so all right, so Miss, Riven is I don't even. It was a long time ago.
And again, I got into that because of Granite, because he was really into those.
Wait, so you've known Granite since
97.
what? What? Rebecca, when are we gonna do your Shades of Purple? I gotta know this story.
I don't know. Sometime.
I gotta know this story since 97.
Yeah.
Congrats. Wow.
Yeah,
That's-
it's been a long
that's
time.
amazing. That's amazing. Y'all like really know each other. So, oh my goodness. And then we got we got to do Granite Shades of Purple. We've had a couple, like we did ISO and Duck. If Cowboy would ever let us do Sandy, we could do Cowboy and Sandy. We've done Reaver and Crystal. We've had a couple of couples where we've done their gaming stories. So
Yeah, I mean, his gaming story is very different from mine. So I grew up in a kind of a poor family. We couldn't afford anything. So
yeah, a lot of us.
like we had a Super Nintendo. I mean, I think we had like by the end like 6 games, but we'd rent them. They like the movie rental places also rented out Nintendo games.
No, that's how it was. That's how you knew like the section of the movie rental that you would always go to, and most likely you rented sometimes like the same game.
Yeah, like Mario Kart for SNES, we rented like I don't know a dozen times.
I mean,
And-
that's like the original one.
Yeah, and we didn't get, my parents didn't get Mario World. They got Super Tennis for our system. So
Super Tennis? I don't even know this one. I'm a tennis player too.
yeah, it's actually one of the games that's on the Switch. You know how it has this SNES games and the Super Nintendo games that you can play.
Yes.
So it's on there.
You know, I miss Doc Dark. I don't know if you were watching that Shouting Mouse earlier, but
No.
Doc Dark was like, "What else do you get for $20?" And I couldn't think of it. And I was like, "Oh yeah,
A lot of classic games, but it's funny because
of classic games.
The games we had most of them aren't in there. So we had something called Claymates, which is kind of like Mario, but you're a ball of clay and you turn into like a mouse or a bird or a rat. There was a rat, a bird, shark, a squirrel that would throw acorns.
There was Claymates. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you're coming up with so many things.
And then we had like Clue and Family Feud.
I do remember these.
And then my brother had Double Dragon, I think it was. I didn't like that game. And we had Super Return of the Jedi.
Oh my goodness.
Which is the only game I beat.
That's super big. Back in the day?
I beat it on every skill level too. So
that was your game.
That
was
was
your
my
game.
and it was it was fun because like there was a platformer, but then there was levels where you were like shooting TIE fighters, or there was levels where you're like navigating through, like you're in the Millennium Falcon, you're navigating through the tunnel to get into the Death Star. So
you're right. Like, look at that. So yeah, so those are not on the classic. I'm just looking at the list right now. So you're probably like, all your games aren't there.
Yeah, I'd love to play Super Return of the Jedi.
Well,
and
right,
it's hard to play. It's hard to play Super Nintendo on modern TVs because it stretches the image.
It looks different. It looks different.
Yeah.
I first saw this like it was like maybe 10 years ago, 8 or 10 years ago. They did like the mini Super, like, remember that? And when I put it on, I couldn't figure out what it was. It was a very jarring picture.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out. But then later on, someone told me, oh, it's because the ratios are all off. Like, that's not how it would look. It wasn't because it was like, oh, we've been advanced so fast. It's like the ratio is literally off.
Yeah.
So no, but maybe that's why Jeff, he does a lot of retro gaming, and so maybe that's why he does it like that. Like he plays from the direct thing. So, oh my goodness, look at that Super Nintendo.
And then my aunt's only 14 years older than me. So when I was like 8 or 9, she was in university, like first year, second year of university. And so she had SimCity on her Mac in like 89, like when it first came out.
Like the original SimCity.
The original SimCity, like when it first came out in 89. Wow. So I was like one of the first computer games I ever played.
Oh my, like I always say, the first computer game I ever played was Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, I played that on the Commodore 64s at school.
Yeah, because the first games were all like educational games.
Yeah, and then we had like a CD version of it on Windows 98.
That was actually that was a different one. That was a 3D. Like you could see the people. Like the first one is like you
sort of like they would walk by, but it was mostly just an interface.
Right.
And it had like a secretary that would answer the phone and
yeah. No, I actually it's from Broadbound. I forget the game that did it, but no, I actually want to replay that game to see how well I would do.
And we had the World Book Encyclopedia at our house, so the F Encyclopedia was on our computer desk, like opened up to the flags section.
So you could just try to figure out like when they would give you a clue.
Yeah, you just look through like 3 pages of world flags to find out which one it was.
Oh my goodness. I actually never beat the game.
I think I beat it once.
Because it's like you have to beat, I forget how many times you have to solve a case and then she might show up or she might not show up. And so I think I beat, let's say it's like 16 times you have to, or it's like 10 times. I did not see her for like the next 10 ones. Like it's
Yeah.
like and so I was like, oh, and then by that time it was like, you know,
And then
it was
even
over.
in Ontario, where I live, our school board, well, the Ontario government had a thing where all the schools had to have this computer system. They're called Icon computers. I forget what that stands for, but every school in Ontario had them, and they came with educational games. So, but then when they decided to stop the program, they destroyed all of them. So there's no like, they're not even there. No one can play them anymore. But they had like something called offshore fishing, where you had to fish for like different types of fish and shrimp and things like that, and whole series of games, but called the Bartletts, and they're pioneers. It's kind of like Oregon Trail, but better.
Oh my goodness, you take so many of these. Yeah, like, but to your point, like those were. I kind of want to go play some of these games again.
But
Like,
you
they
know
were-
what? The Icon computers, they didn't have mice. They had trackballs with like an action.
Oh,
key.
like that, the thing like that.
This is
Oh
what I
my-
use now instead of a mouse. And I've used a trackball since, I don't know, 2000.
Really?
Yeah. I've had well, this is probably like my 5th or 6th one, but yeah, I've used the trackball since then.
I didn't even know they still had trackball mice.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're like, this is Logitech. This is like $150, I think. They're
Yeah, it
expensive.
looks incredible. So like, okay, so that is not. I don't think Nintendo's gonna. Their Joy-Cons are gonna be like that.
No, but I actually, before I got this, I had a cordless keyboard that had like a little joystick. It was like half an inch tall, and that's what I used instead of a mouse. The Sims was really hard with that. It was really hard to control.
My
But-
goodness.
But I use the the trackball. I find quite easy to use instead of a mouse. But yeah, I had a joystick. Two of them. They were cordless keyboards that had a little joystick instead of a mouse, and it was so hard to play The Sims with that.
My God. Yeah, I can imagine. If you're just joining, Robolica is like a Sims content creator. She's been playing since the beginning, right?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was 2000 or 2001, but yeah, it was right early on.
Like one of the original metaverses. You know, so like, oh geez, wow.
I had
And
like a 6-year break when my kids were born because it was too hard to play then.
yeah, well, I mean, I think we've seen most. It's interesting. Most of the on will say that when the kids came, they had like a break. Like Zarina
Yeah.
said that, Camia said that.
Like I'd play a little bit, but my old laptop kept overheating, and it took half an hour to load the Sims game at the time on my laptop. So by the time my game loaded, the laptop would overheat and shut down.
Oh my goodness. So from what I hear is we need to get you a new laptop. I'm serious. Have you ever thought of doing a Chromebook?
Can't play The Sims on a Chromebook.
You can't. It's not,
You can't install it.
and you can't do like Steam.
No,
Oh,
because
no,
all my
not
stuff's
Steam.
through.
GFN. GFN is the one.
You have to pay for that.
Yeah, you do. But the Chromebook's like $200. That's the only reason I said. But I could see why that would be annoying.
And I have all my stuff through the EA app, not through Steam, so I don't know that I would even be
Oh.
able to use it.
No, you need.
And it's like everything. I have the Sims 2 through the EA app still. Sims 3, Sims Medieval, SimCity 2, SimCity
So we
2000, 3004.
Yeah, Rouser, I'm dead serious. The Robolica laptop fun. I'm for it. I'm for it. We'll have to rate her. On Twitch, and
Well, I'm almost at the point. So on Twitch, you have to have 50 subscribers in order to get monetized, and I'm at 32.
y'all.
So-
Let's go support. And we see. Let's see. I think I'm already subscribed, but definitely to make sure.
And on
No.
YouTube, I only have 176 subscribers, so that's not that many. Because you
But
need what,
no,
like 500?
If Twitch is easier, well, we'll definitely have to get you. Well, we'll definitely have to do it. We'll have to do your Shades of Purple.
Mhm.
We'll definitely bring in like the. You know, we have a pretty sizable women gamer group on this that we all support each other. So, like and definitely, and then everybody else on channel as well. And I think we should be able to get you to 50. Are trying to get to 50. Okay, and I know I got Zalik. I got her last time. So but I know like we'll have to get her Maria and Zalik. So we'll have to definitely get them to 50. That's our goal. That's our goal, y'all. If you're on, you should have told us earlier when we had like 20 something people on.
I was busy. Like I have kids I had to get to bed.
I know. But if I wasn't even.
That's it's like if you want me to come on, we pretty much have to like schedule ahead of time so that
we'll schedule your purple ahead of time, and we'll definitely do. We'll build it up. You know, like I think we can get. Well, you know how many people I get. I get between 10 and 20 a show, and so that should be enough to do it for sure. So but you're already almost there. Like you're almost there. Let me make sure. See where you're at now. You're at 33. So we're getting you there. Only 17 more. So but we'll definitely get you there. I have no doubt about that. And Rouster, we'll have to set up because Rouster and Ambi are like the Discord extraordinaires. We'll have to set up an alert for when Robolica goes live because we have it for Zalik right now, but we'll have to.
I need to fix my lights because I look like a ghost.
You're fine. You're fine. I'm super excited to talk to you. I know the last time you came on the show was when Stadia died.
It was, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? That was what, September 29th?
September 29th. Jeff's birthday.
My birthday is September 28th.
So you and Jeff killed it. No, I'm joking.
So it was the day after my birthday.
Oh my goodness. That was so. Oh man.
So,
but Sims wasn't on.
It wasn't on there.
We had the other one. You don't play the other one anymore, do you? It's the City Builder, City Skylines.
I've never actually played City Skylines. I just didn't have time to get into it. One of my kids actually plays it sometimes, though.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My youngest son, he's a gamer. He really likes City Skylines. He plays Minecraft like nonstop right now.
That's a good. I mean, City Skylines. And Wit says her birthday is September 27th. So so we got 27, 28, 29th. I will remember that. No, I think City Skylines would be one of those games. If I had like just time, I would get really into it because it's a city builder. So
it's not bad. Like I've played it and it is fun. My favorite is actually SimCity 4.
SimCity, right? That's what you're playing now, though, right?
The Sims 4 is what I play.
So, wait. SimCity 4.
Yeah. So there's SimCity, SimCity 2000, SimCity 3000, SimCity 4, and then they had another one just called SimCity again. That totally bombed, and there hasn't been another one since then.
Okay, so the one I played was on like a Windows 95 or 98, and it was the one where
was it just like a flat, like a map, basically?
It was like a map, but you were building. Eventually, it was like a map, and eventually you would build these like one. I want to call it a wonder, but that's like Age of Empires talk. Like it was like a structure in the people would live in there.
Yeah. They're called ecologies or something like that.
Something, yes. And after you reach like a certain population or so many years, they would then go into space.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
I think that was SimCity 2000.
Okay, that's the one I played, and I played a lot of that one.
So SimCity 4 was a lot like City Skylines with it was a bigger map, and you played like little sections of it. Except that it was like each little section was its own map and you could connect them all. But the fun thing about that is you could actually build worlds for The Sims 2. And you could import Sims from The Sims 1 into The Sims 4.
So it's all connected.
It was all connected.
My goodness. I didn't like The Sims. Like, I remember when The Sims came out. Like, and at this point, I was in the army, and then like when
I was in college, so
Yeah, it just like all during this time. Like I left gaming after. When did I leave gaming? I left gaming like in 2000, 98, 99, 2000. Like obviously I played Age of Empires a little bit. That was like kind of the real time strategy. I still played that, but then I didn't really come. And then I played for some random reason Assassin's Creed somewhere in the 2010 range. I played Zelda Breath of the Wild, but then after I didn't really play anything. And so like especially on computer games, I was into computer games in the 90s.
Mhm.
But then for some reason now like I don't see my computer as somewhere to game. But now you're talking about these other games that I would spend hours on. Like
Yeah.
it seemed like time was just like, oh my god, that's you. Oh, I have your Twitch. I have your Twitch open, and you started talking.
Oh,
Hold on. There you go. Woo! There. I was like, Rebecca, your mic's been on. I was listening to something. So but yes, you're talking about these games. I'm like, I want to get back into them, but I just know what's gonna happen.
but like even like we have so Granite has the Xbox. What's it called? Xbox Live. Whatever the subscription service.
Game Pass.
Game Pass. That's it. Yeah, I can't even remember. That's PlayStation Live. Anyways, so he has that, and I play Blueprints through that on my laptop. So
Oh, nice.
and like my son plays Minecraft through that as well on his laptop.
That's not as long as you're getting to like. I think that's super awesome. Like Blueprints, and it's probably worth the price of admission on Game Pass for sure.
Yeah,
Like-
and well, we have it set up so I'm using Granite's Game Pass on my laptop. I don't know how that works, but he has it set up and it works. So
It makes sense as long as you're playing it. As long as you're playing it.
so yeah, I don't know what all. I haven't actually looked at what games are on there. It's just like, oh, this Blueprints looks really fun. Oh, it's on Xbox. Is it on the Game Pass? Can I play that?
No, I think that game. So it's on. It's actually one of the few games. 'Cause I think I'm playing it. I know for a fact I'm playing it on PlayStation.
Mhm.
And I think obviously it's very like interesting how they built it. I'm really curious how they came to the conclusion to build a game like that. But I think like that's the type of game like if you could have certain like maybe 3 or 4 of those every year on a subscription services, it would totally be worth it because I spent so much time in that game until like I did these like back-to-back traveling trips.
Mhm. Like I'll play like a day, and I had a day last 2 hours.
It takes once you start once you've unlocked a lot of the map, right? Or once you've unlocked like certain things going back and forth, and then you kind of have your strategy down, or you may have a couple of different strategies down. There's a point in there that you spend time thinking, or you just have a lot of step like
And there's a couple of rooms where you just have to wait for a certain time.
yeah.
And
It
so
just-
you just depending on when you get into that room. Like if you get into that room at like 6 hours before the time frame that you need, you're just sitting there like for half an hour
nothing
waiting.
to do. No, I think this is something that happened to me. It's actually the last day I played. Like there was something and it was like it was like a long day. Now, granted, it wasn't me just always like I went and did some stuff.
Yeah.
And then I forget what happened, but I messed up on something or like I forget what happened, but or the game didn't give me something I thought it was gonna give me. Like I had a silver room, I had a silver key. It was the last room. And I was like, oh, for sure, I'm gonna be in the Great Hall or something.
Yeah.
And then I do it, and it's like, nope. And I just was so upset because I like had like I had did everything right. Like, like I was like, and of course, then there goes my silver key. I can't go to the closet, the coat closet. Like I'm stuck. Like and I always like having like one of those keys in my coat closet. So
Yeah. Or like
It seemed
the last day I played, I got the key card,
Okay.
but I didn't have any rooms that used the key card.
Oh no, that's the worst.
So I had like 3 locked doors and couldn't open them.
Oh my goodness. The thing I can't stand is like you get the key if you get the key card, y'all probably don't even know what we're talking about. I just realized that. Y'all are like, what are these two chicks talking? Torino Johnson, if you're still there, you know what we're talking about. But no, the worst is like you get the security room and you have the key card. So you're like, okay, cool. Let me like change the frequency and
Yeah.
everything. And then it doesn't give it to you.
Yeah.
You're hitting like the key door. And it's like, oh man. I don't know. There's so many things because it's like still like there's some randomness to it still. Like, you know, even if you have your strategy.
Yeah.
I use the key card to get into work every day. Or else they're
Like right now, my goal is there's 2 specific rooms that I have to get like beside each other, but like connected with a door. Not like because I got them beside each other, but not connected with a door. Like the back of one was up to the other one, and it didn't. What I was trying to do didn't work. So,
are you trying to do? But you already beat it, so you're not trying to do like the crown, are you?
No, I got that.
You got
figured
that.
that one out.
Like, that one kind of threw me off. Like that's another one where you kind of have to get it close.
Yeah.
Because you only have so much time. Not
that took like 4 tries.
Yeah, that's one where it doesn't show up till later, too. Right? You have to be kind of like around like what is that? Like the 8th or 9th level for that one. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I still haven't figured out with like the lab. There's some stuff I haven't figured out in there. The pump, I figured some of it. There's some stuff I still like very basic that I still haven't done, and then there's other stuff like where I'm super like.
And it's hard because Granite hasn't gotten nearly as far as I have.
Oh,
So,
really? How's he liking it?
He likes it, but I keep accidentally dropping hints for him.
Oh my!
Like that.
Because you're so excited.
Yeah.
But some of those things are like. You're saving him a lot of time though. Like some of those things, if you're not a puzzle, so we're talking about blueprints. If you're into puzzles, super addicting game. Or if you're just into like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know how to explain it, but puzzle is the best way. If, like that's kind of how your mind thinks. You like to figure things out. You will love this game because.
If you like anything in the Myst series, you'll love this game.
In this series?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't even, thank goodness. There's a couple of different games I can think of, but that's what we're talking about. And like, it's just really well done. A lot of secrets and mysteries to unpack to like actually tell the story about like, because there is actually a story in the game, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's what I think some people, when they first play it, they're going to be like, oh, let me just power through it. Because you think the objective of the game is one thing. And then it's not it. Right. And so once you kind of like
puzzle escape room, kind of the opposite.
Yeah. A puzzle escape. You're trying to get into the, you're trying to get further and further lost, I think is what you're trying to, you say like you got to try it, like if you're into it, like I said, and then sometimes like I don't know if you got to that point to where the dart room gets super hard.
Oh yeah. It's like I thought I understood how it worked, and then all of a sudden the math didn't math anymore.
The math is no longer mathing. Like I was trying to help David Wilson with it, or I wasn't on, but he's like, oh, like. He couldn't get it. And in my mind, I'm like, oh dear, don't go to like day 40.
I haven't had the billiard room in like 10 days.
Oh, really?
It's not coming up for me.
The billiard room, I'm still doing really well with what's the other puzzle? Like the more
Is it the
riddle.
parlor or something like
Yeah,
that?
the parlor. I'm still like, I think that logic is like not keeping up to the billiard room for like the billiard room. Like once they started like changing colors and lining all the colors up, and then you had to like to the power of this to the square root of that to like minus this, and then you're like, it has to be within 1 to 20.
Yeah.
And then you're starting to do like negative. It's like the negative to that. Like you're like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun. It makes me feel like I'm smart. I don't know. That's how I look at it. Oh my goodness, I haven't talked to Blue Prince with anybody.
And
in a
it's so
while.
hard because you have to be like, I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, that's why I kind of had to say like, I think you're further than me.
Could be.
Yeah. No. So you're day 50.
I think I'm past that. I'm like in the 60s.
Okay, you're further than me. You're further than me for sure. And so, but at the same time, someone could be you could be further in days, but not further in like a certain part of the puzzle or a certain
Yeah.
part of the mansion. So it's too much math. I think I saw Link TV. I think he was playing it. Link did play it.
That's
Am I
like
interested when the math got hurt? I'm more into visual puzzles.
it's like the
Oh,
only room that uses a lot of math. So
yeah,
the
that
other-
is the only one.
yeah.
All the others though, at the end of the day, it is like a probability though.
Like there's
Like,
some
you-
that are like mazes. There are some that are like logic. There's some that I'm really confused about how everything works.
Like which one?
I don't want to give anything away.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I won't say.
But yeah, and like the one with the red crown, that took a long time to figure that one out. How to get into that.
I thought the red crown, because the one that took me a while to figure out, and then I could figure it helped is the one that has like that's a permanent part of the map.
Mhm.
Like once I figured that out, that helps me with the rec like that.
Yeah,
It's kind
yeah.
of similar logic, you know what I mean?
And then
So-
like the room where you can make things, like what's it called, the workroom or something like
the
that.
work, the
I
workbench.
like never draw it.
Really, I guess it all is like it's all like because that one I've drawn in like the first two sometimes. Like it's either I draw it or I don't. But then
Yeah.
that really stinks because sometimes you need to build something. But then y'all,
And-
we're going way deep into this. We're going like super deep.
And there's one room I upgraded, and I wish I had chosen a different upgrade for it.
Oh yeah, that is something. Oh, that's actually something. The last one, I drew a room. I got an upgrade disc. That's actually the thing that was the last day that just happened. Is that I was playing on the PS Portal, and I usually do remote play, but for some reason I was doing online cloud gaming, and the cloud gaming disconnected, and therefore I lost my save. And I had a disc, but I didn't turn it in, and so I'm now like, and
I haven't gotten a disc in like so many days.
Yeah, no, it was just one, and I've been down there before, and I'd never seen it. So, yeah, that's the other thing. If you upgrade the rooms differently, you will have a different how you like to play will be different.
Yep. I get a lot of green rooms.
But there's some special like power ups with green rooms.
Yes.
Yeah, I think. What have I think I've tried to get the more bedrooms, like 'cause I'm always afraid of like the steps. Like I don't know, like that's like again, people are like, "What are y'all talking about?"
I hardly ever run out of steps anymore.
What's that?
I hardly ever run out of steps anymore.
Yeah, but from the beginning,
Yeah.
that was my fear. even though I had unlocked the west side outside, I didn't think about going to the other side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It took me a bunch of days before I decided to explore further, and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, and then so once that happened, but now like depending on what I get, uh yeah, because sometimes I'll do like, oh, let me do this instead of ruby or gems. Let
Mhm.
me exchange it. And so sometimes that goes by quicker. Um and then for some reason I keep getting in the dark room. I keep drawing what is it? It's the thing that cuts your steps in half.
Oh, the workout room.
Yeah,
or the
I've
weight
drawn
room.
that like 4 times. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. That's all I can tell people. It's probably the game I spent the most time in this year so far. And that's saying a lot. Because
Mhm.
I've played a couple other games quite a bit too.
Yeah, well, I've been playing a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley lately too, because they had a big update last week.
That's
So
super cool.
they added Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my goodness. I have not got into it. So Vet was really into it, and I apologize. Vet's gonna be upset that I didn't bring him on. But that was Vet's game there for a while.
Hmm.
So okay. I haven't played it. I haven't played it. So you recommend it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. They have every couple of months they have something called a Star Path, which is where you can get extra items and clothing and stuff. And it's a bit repetitive,
Oh.
kind of grindy at times. But if you just take your time with it, granted, it's like tries to do it all in like a week, and you can't. It takes longer.
Grant's like gaming. Grant's a gamer.
So he doesn't play it anymore. But I find that if I'm doing it along with like the quests from the characters, that works better.
It's pretty enjoyable.
Yeah. Because a lot of it's like give 5 gifts to this person, but you can only give 3 per day. So you have to give like 3 and then the next day give 2 more.
So it takes a little bit time.
Yeah.
No, it seems like that's still enjoyable though.
I have a lot of fun with it.
It's a cozy game though.
Yeah.
Right? So like I think that's part of
I mean, this update and the last update have some things where it's like try not to be seen by like have this light shine on you and try not to get hit by this whirlwind, but it's not really like you're not fighting anything.
No, it's just adding a different game mechanic.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's like fishing, some building, not like building, but like placing objects. And it's gotten a lot better than it was. Although I do find that the PC version of it is a lot smoother than the Switch version.
For sure. Yeah. Well, I think that's like I'm looking forward to games like that running better on Switch too. Because I play a lot of what was the game I was just talking about that was Little Nightmares ran horrible on the Switch. And that's like a game where you kind of like want to get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so Little Nightmares 3 is coming out, and like I just told Cowboy, it's gonna become like primary way to game for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Like I like the I liked holding the Switch to play the game a lot better because it's mouse and keyboard. I might be able to use a controller, but yeah, I use mouse and keyboard, and it's just I have problems with it. I have really short fingers, so and when I'm trying to like hit the number keys, I hit the wrong one, so because I can't quite reach.
For on a regular keyboard?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh yeah. I have a lot of problems using the controllers for like Xbox. I could use like the kids ones that are like smaller.
Wow.
But I can't. I have a hard time getting all the buttons and stuff because I play flute and I can't reach all the keys.
Wow. You did say you're in the band.
Well, I haven't played for a while yet, but yeah, I have really short fingers, so I have a really hard time with like controllers because I can't hold them.
Yeah, or especially now where some of them are getting like super complicated. Like this is an Xbox one I have. I don't know.
I don't have any down here. I mean, my desk is in the basement. So
Oh no. I'm just like I just so happen to
I have
it.
like gardening stuff here, like seeds. I don't have gaming stuff down here other than my camera and my microphone.
Oh my goodness, we need to talk gardening. Eventually. Like I am like I grow orchids, so it's my thing.
I grow vegetables.
Oh my goodness, that's still good.
So
It's too many pests.
so like my desk right now, like everything's just pushed to the side, but it's all like little like seed packets and like seed starting trays.
I
And
love it. I love it. I love it. I don't get to talk plants on this show and like gardening stuff. Oh my goodness. I love it.
and like the washing machine and dryer are like 3 feet over this way, so I can't run the wash while I'm on my computer down here.
Oh my goodness. Because it's just too much. It probably gets too hot.
Well, it's too loud. I
Yeah.
even have my dehumidifier turned off down here too. So, but like it's quiet. Like the once I have the door closed and everything, I can hear someone walks directly above me. But otherwise, it's a lot quieter than being upstairs in the living room.
Well, yeah, you have
Or,
granite.
like,
you got
everybody
toys,
like watching TV and on their iPads and so loud. And it's like,
but you have your space down there. That's so good. Oh my goodness.
So it's also my sewing room. So like behind the screen here is my sewing desk, which is a complete disaster. So
Oh my goodness. Well, y'all, if you did not know, I always have to say it, Robolica, when Robolica, you cannot see it. You can. It's kind of there.
I can see it just a little bit.
It's still there. It's still there. Y'all know one of my favorite platforming puzzle games, probably my favorite platforming puzzle game. I know it's a unique genre, is Lamote. And Robolica actually hand knitted, right? It was crochet. No, you crocheted. She crocheted Lamote. Actually, let me go get that for everybody really quick. Let me just go get that really quick. And what's going on, Crazy Louie, Xbox International? So Lamote, if you haven't played the game Lamote, it's a cool thing. Robolica crocheted this, and there was a competition that she held during it was one of the
it was one of the
gaming, I think it was John Scars' gaming for charity.
Yeah.
She and so this is the master mode, the red master mode. And this was my mom. She made it because of Purple Haze. And then she saw Robolica's and she was like, oh, I need to practice. So yeah, so this is
and if you have it
did.
under a black light, it really glows.
This one, oh my god, I have a black flash, black light flashlight. So we will. Remy's over there. He's awake now. So we'll definitely have to. I'm gonna have to do that later tonight. No, I loved it. Like I was like, oh my god. So it's always gonna be part of my gaming journey. Who is the Xbox defensor? Hey Louis, we've already went. It was Dark. Louis, you're good. The master mode. You gotta play Lamote. It's hard to explain.
It's another puzzle game.
It's another puzzle game. I actually beat that one on stream. I interviewed the developers of that one. It's really cute. It's real fun.
And they have a 2-player version now, and the second Lamote is purple.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it the same puzzle? Like, is it like a co-op?
I think it's the same one, but it's co-op.
Oh, that would make it easy. That would make it almost like.
I don't know if it'd make it easier or harder.
Depends on the puzzle. I mean, you would have to be coordinated for sure. Like you would have to act as a team. I mean, definitely in the beginning it would be easier. I could see towards the end it being harder because you still only one person can do something. So it actually would make it more confusing, I would think.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried it, so I don't know. But I do know that's the 2-player version as of now.
Oh yeah. All right,
Or
Rouster.
upgrades.
Don't worry, Rouster. We're just talking puzzles and stuff, and I don't get to talk puzzle games with anybody on this show. Like I always have to be like talking console war stuff with people. So no, I like I at the end of the day, like puzzle is my favorite genre. Like y'all will hear me talk about obviously I talked about Lamode. I talk about Pikmin a lot. I talk about Blueprints a lot. I talk a lot. Metroidvanias at the end of the day are like a puzzle game. Where you unlock this to come over here to unlock that to unlock that. Like that's actually like my genre. So
You know what? The only PlayStation game I've ever beat is Journey.
Journey.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And so I had it on PlayStation 3, and then we got the PS5. There was like, if you had the PlayStation 3 version, then you could get a free upgrade to the PS4 version, which did an upgrade to the PS5 version. So that's the only game I've played. I've played that, and I've beaten that on PlayStation 5. And
Journey Journey's the it has a really good score, right?
Yes. So the composer is Austin Wintory, and he won
Austin Wintory,
award
that's
for
really
that.
I didn't know he did that. Austin Wintory is the same one who did. Austin Wintory did Ori, didn't he?
I think so.
I think he did. Ori composer.
I have the soundtrack for Journey on my phone, and I use it for my alarms.
No, Gareth Coker did that. Gareth Coker did that. Austin Wintory did. I get those two. Those are both. He did American Gods, or not American Gods, Stray Gods. He did the Stray Gods musical. I remember that. He did Erica. He did Journey. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Okay, yeah. So no, Journey. I do. That is the one who did have the really good.
Yeah.
Who played it?
Oh yeah. Like we got the Granite really liked it, so we got the piano book for it. What's better, Star Wars or Star Trek? Oh, you don't want to ask me that.
Oh.
I am a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, I like Star Trek, but Star Wars is my favorite, and Granite's favorite is Star Trek.
I think so. I've seen more Star Wars. I like Star Trek, but I think I like what they've done with. I like where they went with Star Trek. Let me say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was a point to where, obviously, Star Wars, like they came out. Okay, so you have the original ones. You had the Phantom Menace and all like that thing. I'm not going to get into the book series because too many people own the rights to that. And at the time, like Star Wars was like more popular, and Star Trek was kind of going down. But then they like how they revamped the universe with the time stuff. Oh my god! Look at this.
Let's see.
I mean, but they're both different. Like they're both. I think they're very different.
I have a lot of Star Wars stuff around. It's not up here because I have gardening stuff all over the place here, and Lego. But yeah, no, I collect Star Wars stuff.
Oh my goodness! So you're a collector.
I'm so a collector.
Oh my goodness.
Like almost a hoarder. Yeah, I collect a lot. I have a garbage tin, like it's got a lid on it, sealed and everything for Star Wars with 3 bags of Doritos still in it from about 20 years ago.
How much is that worth?
I have no idea. I have 2 because I have another one that I opened and ate the Doritos.
Oh my god. Well, you ate it probably back then when it was like fresh. Hey, Audi.
Well, yeah.
We lost Zalek from Australia. So if y'all have not checked her out, Zalek, go check her out. We're talking to Rabolica. Also another Twitch streamer. Please go subscribe to them. Rabolica is at 30. What did we say, Rabolica?
It was at 32 or 33 the last time.
Let me see. Where are you?
I said 32, and I think you said 33.
We're at 33 right now. So if you haven't checked out Rabolica, oh, hold on. This is.
Do I have the toaster? No, I don't have the toaster, but I have the what do you call it? The blender, the one that's on like a stick. It looks like a Darth Maul's lightsaber. Like it's red and it's got a lightsaber hilt on it. It's
Oh my
really
goodness.
heavy and hard to use.
She's a serious fan. So you should, Mostly Martinez. He hasn't come. Do you know Mostly Martinez?
Yeah.
He's he has a whole Star Wars podcast, or he used to have a Star Wars podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you're like, yes, I've been featured on.
I followed it, yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. So Mostly had that, and I think we have one more pretty big Star Wars fan.
I used to be part of the Rebel Legion, which is the 501st costuming group. The Rebel Legion's the good guys, and the 501st is the bad guys. So not since my kids were born, though. I haven't had time to do that. But so yeah, I used to do a lot of Star Wars costuming, and my YouTube avatar is one of my costumes. Hold on, let me just say hi in chat.
Wait, that's your cosplay? I've seen your. That's your cosplay. Yo, whoa! I don't know if I can blow this up. I did not realize. Oh, let me see if I can bring this. Oh man, can I? Okay,
that character is called Shakti. So, and she is actually in a game, which I had. Yeah, it's really blurry in this version of it.
Yeah, but still, you can kind of get an idea. That's her cosplay. This is like serious. This is like Doragon. Doragon does a lot of cosplay. Wow. So you're full
full makeup. Yeah.
I've wanted to do cosplay. I did something for Day of the Dead, but this is legit.
That makeup would take like 3 days to fully wash off.
Well, yeah,
because it gets stuck in like the pores and like little cracks and stuff. So, but it was all over my hands. I would do my arms like up to like here in case my sleeves got pulled up, and like I had to do the makeup like way down below my shirt so that it didn't just stop at the neckline, and like the back of my neck and everything. And I had my hair's not quite as long as it was, but waist length hair, and so my costume has it's called leg coup. There's one at the back of the head too. So I had my hair in a braid shoved down the back.
Wow.
And I'm allergic to costume glue, so I had to find other ways to attach it because I like being able to see.
This is impressive. This is super, super, super impressive. I did not realize that was you.
Yeah, that's me.
Wow. If I could do some people have asked me to do cosplay. I'm like, I'm not that creative. I could probably mess around with the makeup a little bit. Like if I had like a tutorial, but not like this.
Yeah, I had to learn how to do costume makeup. I don't wear makeup. I don't know how to do beauty makeup really, but I know how to do costume makeup.
Hey, it's kind of the same science though. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. I did not know. I did not know we had Doragon, obviously, he does cosplay. He talked about it on his Shades of Purple. But I know we had another one. I gotta go to work. Bye. All right, no worries, Audi. Thanks for coming.
I also do some anime cosplay too.
My goodness.
So, but the anime that I like is kind of out of date, like Naruto.
Like, we have a few anime people who are really into it. Like what?
Well, if anyone actually knows what the anime Norori Hyo no Mago is, that's the one that's my favorite cosplay, and it has a different title in English that I hate.
I don't know. So I didn't know that. I don't know which one. I'm not into anime as much. Let me rephrase that. I don't really know anime. I know Akira. That's when people say anime, I'm like Akira.
Well, most people know what Naruto is and Bleach, because those are really popular early 2000s. Actually, Naruto only ended about like 7 or 8 years ago, I think. And so I do a couple characters from that, and Yeah, Sailor Moon. I don't really cosplay Sailor Moon. It's more like, what would the character wear if they were wearing a kimono? I also collect a kimono.
You showed us that. I remember you put your collection in Discord.
That's also down here, like back behind me.
Oh wow.
So
as long as you don't cosplay Griffin, we are good. Griffith? Who's Griffith?
I don't know.
Who's Griffith? Louis? Who's Griffith? I don't know. Louis. I don't. It's late. He's late. He's up late right now. But oh my good, Rebolica. Well, it's like I know we're getting late. I could talk to you forever about like just like so many. I don't get to talk about this. I don't get to talk about puzzles. I don't get to talk about gardening. I don't get to talk about 90s educational computer games. like what do I have to do? I have like Dark Xbox Defense Force that I am now having to talk about. And so from the anime Berserk.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. So
I haven't seen it. I know the Kazan, the Berserker, the video game that just came out. But
all of my favorite anime are like 15 to 20 years old.
Oh my god. I don't even like yeah. My the only way I know a lot of like current stuff is just trying to keep up with like Holtz or other people who will be like supposedly Purple Haze is like a character in an anime. That's all I know.
Okay.
That's all I know. They're like there's like Bozo's Bazaar or JoJo's
I've heard
Bazaar.
JoJo's Bizarre.
JoJo's Bazaar.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, and so Holtz is always like, "That's what Purple is," and I'm like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." Okay, so that's I think I had to get started on that. And Tetris is the best puzzle game.
I played Tetris once for like 3 hours straight.
I like that. There's another game called Columns that came out on Sega that I liked more than Tetris.
Okay, I had an Amiga computer for a while. That's old. That's like pre-Windows.
Yes.
And we had a game on there that was all like those little 3.5 floppy disks. It didn't have a hard drive. But there was a game that I played, and I cannot remember what it was called. But it was like Tetris, but there was like 4 walls, and you could like move it around the 4 walls. And and then the base of it was like a grid, and you had to clear lines in the grid, but you could clear them from like all different directions.
From the side?
Yeah.
Interesting. There's so many like that. I mean, I don't know. There's so many games. There's a game called Spring Frenzy. I remember I really liked that game. Like I said, puzzle games are actually like my number one genre.
That's basically all I played for a long time. Puzzles.
Like I don't know, like, and then obviously you have like Zelda. You have a couple that have puzzles in them.
Mm-hmm.
But like a straight puzzle game, where especially now, like going back to Blueprints, I thought that was a unique play on it that we hadn't seen in a while. So, but
yeah, it very much reminds me of Riven, especially with everything being kind of static and you're just kind of moving through the world. And there's like certain things you can interact with. So
I have to definitely give it a shot. Yeah.
So I think there's a remake of Riven that came out a couple years ago, and they redid all the visuals on it.
I'll have to give it. I'll look it up. Once you told me it's the sequel to Myst.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely be able to remember that. But we're coming. So Rebecca, I know it's super late, but I do want to get let people know where they can find you, and like what you're up to, just really quick.
Yeah. So on Twitch, it's just Rebelica. On YouTube, I have 2 channels. So one of them is not where I post videos. So if you come across that particular account, there is a link to the other one. So the other one it's Rebelica Gaming, but the address for that is like Rebelica. Hold on. Rebelica_YT is the one where I post videos.
Okay, Rebelica_YT. So we have that one. And you stream on Tuesdays on Twitch.
Yes.
So y'all, we're gonna try to get her up to 50. She's going to come on and do a Shades of Purple. This is her streaming account. So if you want to go, definitely go like both of them. She's really close to getting partner on Twitch. So we're definitely going to try to do our best to do that. And we're going to definitely get the go lives in our Discord. So we should be able to go raid her eventually.
And I haven't really posted much over the winter on YouTube, but that's partly because I had pneumonia. I've had like every cold that's gone through the school, so I had no voice for most of the winter. Or my kids were sick, and so didn't have time to do anything.
That's okay.
So
it's okay. You're
but
here.
now that it's spring and nobody's sick, I'm working on some videos trying to get them back out. So
you're here. No, we're glad to see you. I'm glad you came on the channel. Like, you've been in chat. I know we talked on Orcs Must Die a couple of times, and so and we will be playing for everybody. We will be playing Orcs Must Die this Saturday. I'm really excited to test out some of the plant trap. You can't hurt. I kind of told you all a little about me. Like, I have like a really cool orchid garden upstairs that I really takes a lot of pride in. And so like I'm gonna take my love for plants into killing orcs. That's what I do. But no problem. Well, Rebecca, I'm gonna shut down here. But it's been just great having you on. It's definitely a great like palate cleanser after Dr. like through the having. I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, I'm pretty much done anyways. I have muscle tension dysphonia, so I lose my voice after about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So
okay. Well, we don't want that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Rebecca. We don't want you to lose your voice too much. So thank you so much. And I'm gonna just shut it down. So y'all, that is Rebecca, and we are super excited for her. And again, we're gonna try to get her up to 50 because we got to get the Rebecca new computer. We got to contribute to the Rebecca new computer fund. Because she's a Sims creator, and we definitely like to support. So with that said, though, I will be streaming Saturday, Orcs Must Die. Sunday, I'll most be likely streaming South of Midnight. I may start earlier, and the reason I want to start earlier is so I can try to get through maybe 3 or 4 chapters. I don't think I can beat the whole game in one this time, but we'll see. Fast, if you're out there, I know Fast. I know. But with that, I'm gonna end this how I always end it. I don't care where you game, how you game, why you game, what you game on, how long you've been gaming. As long as you're gaming, you're good with me. And as always, this is Purple Haze, and the proof is in the playing. All right, take care, y'all, and thank you all for coming by. I know this was a long one, but with that said, thanks. Later. Oh, cool music, cool music, cool music. Music. Oh no, that's not the music. This is the music.